I get confused really easily in our fights. I had one fight. Yeah, I get really confused.
God bless your wife. I was just picturing the dumb look on your face. Can you imagine being married to someone who gets confused in arguments? Wait a minute. What was my point? And she stays with you? What a fucking angel you married. How many kids do you have?
2. 2. That took so long.
2. Welcome to the Bill
Bert
podcast.
Wait, you do the pod, I'll do the cast. So you say it again.
Welcome to the Bill
Bert
podcast. Yeah. That has to be the intro. That's got to be the intro. What's going on? Look at these fucking cigars he brought.
Ooh.
Goddamn.
These are, I'm guessing, 7 inches.
Oh, I would believe that, you size queen. This is like standing behind a bus.
Did you ever measure your dick when you were a kid?
Where?
Did you? How far did you push into the bone?
I think I still have the mark.
My line was 7 inches on the cough.
7 inches.
Because you know when you cough, your dick goes.
Yeah. 7 inches is like all the guys who are 5'9" who say they're 5'11". You notice that?
Yeah.
No one's gonna say they got a fucking average 6-incher. You know what I mean? One time some woman told me, she goes, you have a nice dick, you know, and it was the most honest thing ever. That's exactly what I have. I have a nice dick, you know. It's not gonna scare you. It's not gonna disappoint you. It's nice.
Yeah.
If you invited it over to a party, it's not gonna disrupt anything. You know.
Yeah. I have
it can tell a story.
My wife said one time we were having sex. She said, "Oh, you're so long." I said, "Long is not the word you want to hear. It's big." She goes, "No, but you are long."
You're
and
long.
I said, "No, I'm big." She goes, "I don't know, big, but
You
long."
like a needle dick?
like Manute Bol. You know how Manute Bol died?
Jerking off?
No, he died. I don't know why. I shouldn't even talk about it. Keep going.
Well, no. What happened?
He burned from the inside.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I think he had a medication. He was allergic to the medication. I think. I actually don't know at all, to be dead honest with you.
You're trying to tell me this guy took aspirin and then he spontaneously combusted? You know what, Bert?
Almost exactly like that, to be honest
If I
with
was
you.
on the Hollywood Squares right now, I would say I disagree.
Manute Bol. It's very common. It's a side effect, like a 0.8% side effect of this medication. I don't even know how to spell.
One of the side effects is you might burn from the inside.
Yeah.
What would you rather do, from the inside or the outside? Outside, because you can put it out.
No.
You can't stop, drop, and roll when you're burning from the
Oh,
inside.
yeah. I burn from the outside,
What
definitely.
you have to do is you got to do this. You got to go. You got to try to take in some cool air. Start drinking water.
So how was the flight with Rogan? I'm dying to hear about that.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was, it was fun. I always love it, but the fact that he enjoyed it so much was a great thing. But we took him out, went out, we flew out near where he lives, and then we went out west and cut through a canyon and went down Malibu. Oh my God, some of the fucking gorgeous homes that aren't there anymore.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and
because
it's so
the fire.
weird. And it's so weird, like if you'll just see like one random house and there'll be like 20 houses around it just totally fine. And it's just because they're down on the coast and the embers just flew and just unlucky. It just lands on your house.
That's crazy. How much of the devastation, like is it devastation when you look at it, or is it do you go like it's not that bad?
No, it's bad.
Really?
It's bad. No, they lost like 600 homes.
Dear God. That's horrible. You can when you get a helicopter, you can just fly it anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, there's restricted airspace, but a lot of times, even restricted airspace, you can make a call and they'll let you go through. It's just generally speaking, like, it's funny. There's a permanent, temporary no-fly zone over Disneyland.
Really?
They just didn't want people flying over. But like one time, we were coming down the 5, and we were just like, "Fuck it, let's ask." And they were like, "All right, just move it along," because I didn't give a shit about Disneyland. I wanted to fly over the Angel Stadium, Edison Field. I like doing that shit.
Yeah, well, flying over stadiums would be cool as shit.
Yeah, I'll take you up. I'm going to wait till I get like 300 hours.
How many hours do you have right now?
I'm going to have 200 by the end of the year.
So wait, how hard is it? I've always toyed with the idea of learning how to fly because I have a fear of flying.
Yeah,
and
so did I.
For real?
I did, yeah.
And is it gone now?
Yeah.
I guess it would have to be.
Unless I'm flying solo.
What do you mean?
Then I'm like, fuck. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Do I know what I'm doing? I know what I'm doing.
Wait, so do when you went up with Rogan, did you bring an instructor with you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it
I would
just
never
you and
do
Joe?
that. He's a father. He's one of the best comics I know. I'm not going to have that on my fucking conscience.
I wonder how many comics saw that post and was like, "Wow, if these two go down, that really ups my touring."
We all do. That was the funny thing about Louis, right? When they were trying to say the white male patriarch fucking protected him. No, they didn't. They were all like, well, where was he working? Good. I'm going to get more spots at the cellar.
Yeah.
That's what most people said.
Yeah.
It's fucking cutthroat, man.
It's crazy.
I feel like I should have won a championship. Like, I don't even think the fucking Knicks smoked one this big.
Dude, this is legit a Michael Jordan cigar.
Oh, he smokes some?
Oh, Michael Jordan. Well, I mean, when you're 6'10", a little cigar has got to be like nothing. It's got to be like a toothpick.
That's right. He's 6'6". Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's got to smoke big cigars so it feels like I like.
So
a
he doesn't
big
look
ring
stupid
gauge.
if you're sitting there with a little punch.
Yeah, just
Smoking it like a French guy.
yeah.
This is so fucking obnoxious that I love it, man. This is a good cigar, too.
It's a great cigar. I bought these right when we started Sober October. I wanted cigars that would give me a buzz or something because we were going on that cruise. And the guy was like, "Take these. Don't trust me." And I got them from me and Bobby Kelly, and we never ended up smoking them.
How long did you go? On
the cruise?
No. How long were you sober for?
31 days.
31 days. I got 28 days tomorrow.
Really?
Don't I look happy? Don't I look like I'm enjoying life? It's great in the morning, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. Dude, it makes coffee fucking... I loved coffee when I was not drinking.
I love how you have to... No matter, you got to get a buzz somehow. Oh, my God. Fruit Loops, dude.
My problem was when I was not drinking was treats. I didn't have any treats. Like, I didn't have a way to reward myself for a great day.
Well, you know what it is?
What?
Is I think most people who abuse alcohol, on some level, you don't like yourself. So then when you're sober, you're kind of forced to just like, oh, God, I got to hang out with this guy.
Oh. And then when you do bad things when you're sober, you don't have anyone to blame.
No
on.
excuse.
It's just you.
It's just you.
Just bad parenting.
Hey, dude, you're describing the last 4 weeks of my life. Like, I had no idea what a fucking asshole I was. Yeah. I had no idea how difficult I was to live with, all of this shit. So,
how often do you drink, though, normally? You don't drink every day.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'd always come. I'm like an old school drinker. I got like, I got my little setup at home. You know,
like a globe that opens up and has like
but you know
drinks in
something,
it.
dude. If I showed you this, I found this fucking Art Deco bar that was just so fucking amazing. It had like 5 chairs.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we get it? Can we get it? And she's like, we just don't have any room for it.
Dude,
it's just like, well, if we got rid of some of your shit, we would. If you didn't fucking fill it all up.
Our friends have a house where they have a bar room, meaning like it is a Dutch door that is a bar table, and it's a closet that still has the wallpaper, but is all set up so that you'd have a bar. So at a party, you'd have a bartender sit in this room and serve you a drink, and they're getting rid of it. And I went, in my head, I go, I can't understand you wanting to get rid of that. That's history. That doesn't exist anymore of the husband coming back.
I did an episode of Crashing.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at you with my pinky for some reason. I did an episode of Crashing, Pete Holmes' show, which comes out January 13th or something on HBO.
His special's airing right now on HBO called...
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
No, his special's out.
His special's out right now.
Pete Holmes has a lot of things out there, people, and you need to Google him.
I saw you tweeting for Fortune Feimster the other day. That was
I
great.
love her.
She's so bad. My wife, I was watching a video of her. My wife just rolled over. She goes, I love her. And I went, she's the greatest. Dude, have you heard?
No, it is the amount of fucking, it is a fucking shame. The amount of shit that she books because she's so talented, and it always takes away from her being down at the store.
Dude, have you heard about her coming out of the closet? It is the funniest story in the world.
No, I just remember that one. Because she's my best friend. When I saw that, I don't want to ruin her jokes. She's doing the Wilbur Theater January 11th in Boston. She's a fucking beast.
She comes out of the closet, realizes she's gay, and then she goes, "Okay, I'm gay. What now?" And I said, "So what did you do?" And she goes, "Well, I just started getting
funny
involved."
That we're smoking these giant cocks, talking about other people being gay.
She goes, "I got involved with. I went on Craigslist and looked for activities I thought gay people would do." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I joined a softball team. I took guitar lessons. I got into an African drum circle." She goes,
"Guitar lessons?"
She goes, "I figured gay people would do that." So imagine Fortune just sitting in a drum circle going, like, how sweet
how you doing,
that?
ladies?
How sweet is that? That she just fucking, oh God, that killed me. And I was like,
she's also like, she has like this fucking swagger on stage, totally chill, totally like I've been telling her for fucking years. I was trying to take her out on the road with me, but she's always booking shit. She's always on TV shows. Stop being so fucking talented.
So go back to the Pete
Come
Holmes
out to
thing.
Des Moines, Iowa with me.
Go back to the Pete Holmes thing you were saying about you did an episode of Crashing.
So I did yeah, I know if he's watching this, he's screaming, "What about me?"
Bye, guys.
You know, I love when you insult Pete. He just goes, makes that little face. He doesn't care as long as you're talking about him.
Yeah.
So I did an episode of Crashing. It was the most fun shoot I fucking ever had. Script was just completely out the window on that show, to the point they were actually amazed that I memorized the lines. I was just like, "Well, aren't you supposed to do that?" It's like, "No, people just kind of fucking show up on this show." So I'm like, "All right."
Artie Lang's a lead.
But I don't see him pouring over lines the night before. Maybe different lines. No, gee, you set me up. You set me up. It's not like it's a secret. Not Artie.
Listen, I texted Rogan and Tom the other day, and I go, "Oh shit, Artie Lang just followed me on Twitter." And they wrote, he's back on drugs, by the way. Yeah. He got high and then went out. Fucking, I'll follow Bert Kreischer.
That's right. So, anyways, I did this last time. I'm going to attempt to try this story. So I did an episode of Crashing, and you know, the character version of me, because I was still playing me, but it had like this sick ass house. It was out in Queens or in Brooklyn, and downstairs had a full fucking bar, like a semicircle thing. And everybody was asking me, "Dude, is that your house? Is that your house?" And it's just like, no.
But I saw your episode of Crashing.
I wish it was. Do you remember in the end?
Yeah, I fucking saw that. I can't believe I'm sitting here going, "That sounds so familiar."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They mainly had me down to just hitting drums.
Yeah,
like
it was great. That was fun.
That was definitely a fun time.
They wrote it as if you were you.
Well, I was playing me.
Yeah, you were playing you.
Yeah.
Like it was. I went.
People like, "Oh
I
my
actually
God,
thought that was your house."
You're a really good actor. It's like, yeah, I'm playing myself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Acting gets no respect. Everybody's like, "Oh, dude, I can fucking do it." You can't. You can. There's a difference between being able to memorize lines and say it in a believable way, which is my wheelhouse. And then there's like Daniel Day-Lewis or like Anthony Hopkins, who like, dude, Anthony Hopkins, any other actor played Hannibal Lecter, your fucking career's over.
Yeah.
It's like you're Hannibal Lecter. The very next movie, he played like John Quincy Adams or something in Amistad, and he was fucking, I mean, not like I know what that guy sounded like, but there was no Hannibal. I almost said, and he was John Quincy Adams. I hung out with that dude.
Not that I know what that guy
sounds like. No, but I'm just, there was no.
Would it take the wind out of Abraham Lincoln's speech if we found out today that he spoke with a lisp, 7 years ago?
No, but he had a high pitched voice because Daniel Day-Lewis played him. Daniel Day-Lewis played him.
How did they know that?
I don't know. He probably read it somewhere. He did his research. He's an actor. Supposed to me who just shows up. All right, I stop on that piece of tape and then I say what you wrote. Okay. Daniel Day-Lewis he's like walked around like I almost said Hitler for some reason. Like not Adolf Hitler. What am I trying to say? Like, Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
They got the same initials, sort of. It starts the same. He walked around his house being Abraham Lincoln for a year, and his wife put up with that shit. Talking in that high-pitched voice. He's probably banging her wearing the hat, you know? Really high-pitched voice. 7 years ago.
So he'd like walk around the mall being Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know. Do you really need to do that for a year, though?
No.
It's like, what are you, going to the fucking Olympics?
I think
it didn't really make sense, but it did to me.
But there's the best.
This is surprisingly mild.
I really enjoy this. The best acting I've ever seen out of any movie ever is Sexy Beast. The guy who played Gandhi. You know the guy who played Gandhi? Ben
Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley in Sexy Beast. Did you ever see that?
Make me look like a right cunt.
A right cunt. I don't want to tell you. You try to grab me. You touch me in my front bottoms. I'm not saying all you people are like that. Yeah. I just want to do that. Acting in that, I've watched that.
I hope this plane crashes.
Dude,
you know what's funny, amazing about that is all he did. They asked, "What did you work out?" No, he just held his body. He was just standing like really just, I don't know what, but he just looked like he was ripped. And he said he didn't work out at all. But everyone in that, I love what's his face in the beginning when he's laying by the pool.
He's just big boulder comes and lands.
He's just like, oh yeah, I'm sweating here, roasting, baking, boiling. It's like a sauna.
I could be that guy.
Winston.
Is that his name?
Ray Winston.
Ray Winston. What's his name in that movie?
One time I went
Gal.
Yeah.
Is his name.
Yeah, oh, beautiful Gal. All the girls love Gal. I was at Smith and Walensky in New York one time, and me and Nia, that's our favorite fucking movie, right? We love that movie. Our wedding song was that Henry Mancini song that they play, when they're lighting the barbecue or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole string thing. Yeah, that was our first dance wedding song, right?
Really?
Yeah. Well, we love that movie. So we're in Smith and Walensky, and we fucking look over. There's Ray Winstone with fucking Ian McShane, Mr. Black Magic.
Oh my God!
What was his character's name in that? Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy something.
I can't believe I brought that movie up. That's one of your favorite movies. That's one of my favorite
movies. I love when
movies.
Ben Kingsley answers the phone. He goes, "Hello, watching telly. Is this Stan? What you doing?" What I love about that movie is there's so many heist movies that start, hey, we're doing one more job, man.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be in paradise. What I love about that movie is it starts after that. These guys rob people their whole fucking lives. They got the money, and now they're in Spain, and they're just chilling. They're with the women they love, and then it brings them back. I love that when he talks about London. Whoa, London? Don't make me laugh. Every count with a long face. Talking about the rain and all that.
Yeah.
I've watched it a million times.
Dude,
you can rent that house in Spain.
No.
Yeah. That's a bucket list thing.
I'd rent that house.
Oh, yeah.
Who's someone that you've been a huge fan of that in turn was a fan of yours? I'm so
happy to be here with you today.
That was a fan of yours and you were like, oh, shut up. I get to geek out over you now.
Weird Al Yankovic.
For real?
I fucking love Weird Al.
Really?
Another One Rides the Bus is the shit. It's almost better than the original. When he goes, another one rides the bus, and he does that Freddie Mercury shit, and he's got the accordion. Dude, I think he was on Tom Schneider. They fucking murder.
Oh, my God.
As far as late night performances, these are my top late night performances that just come into my head. Okay. Weird Al Yankovic on Tom Schneider. Soundcheck. Skid Row. Sebastian Bach singing, what the fuck? I think he was singing Monkey Business or something like. He just fucking murders.
God.
Fucking, his voice was just. I saw him the other night.
I was Sebastian Bach.
I saw him the other night with Royal Machines. He came out and sang Highway to Hell, and I was with Ben Bailey, and he was so good. We were just laughing like this. What else could this guy do?
Dude, Ben's doing great, by the way.
Ben is.
He's so happy, man.
This cigar is taller than Ben Bailey.
It is. We always you said top three. What's the other one?
You're one of those guys who slobbers on the end of your cigar. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Wait, you don't?
No, that looks like a fucking bloodhound's nose.
I make love to the end of my cigar. I think it's from chewing tobacco though. I like the taste of tobacco.
So you probably smoke down to the band and you eat the rest.
Yeah,
you're a fucking animal.
I remember. I went to the national championship game. By the way,
this is the greatest podcast ever. Is this how we're going to do it?
I could do this. I could do this
for a while.
Once a week?
Yeah.
For the rest of my life?
Everything else in the business?
Yeah.
Come home, reeking of booze and stinking of cigars. Honey, I was working. Do you like this house?
These kids recognized me last night. And they said, "Do you gonna do more podcasts?" I said, "I'm doing a podcast with Bill Burr tomorrow morning." And they went,
like, "Who's that?"
No, they were like, "Shut up! what? Wait, what? You get to hang out with Bill Burr? And I was like, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
I know. You know a bald, redheaded male? How do I get in your inner circle?
Oh, these kids recognized me last night, 15 years old, and they were fans. I was at Margaritaville.
Dude, do you realize if 15-year-old kids like you, how much longer your ride is?
They didn't realize that they go to the brother school of my daughter's sister school. So they go to the all-boys Catholic school. My daughter goes to the all-girls Catholic school. Mm-hmm. And I said, how old are you guys? And they said, 15. I said, where do you go to school? They told me. I go, oh, my daughter goes to the sister school. And they're like, wait.
Why would you
who's
tell
your
them that?
I wasn't thinking. And I was like,
Bert Kreischer cannot keep a secret.
Yeah. And immediately I was like, oh, fuck. And then I posted it on my Instagram, and Georgia was like, what were you doing with those boys? And I was like, they're fans of mine. She was like, oh, fuck. Dude, I wanted to talk to you about this parenting thing.
Wait, who said that? Your daughter?
She didn't say, oh, fuck, but she was just like.
I thought your wife said that. What are you doing? That's what that story sounded like to me. What were you doing with those boys? It's
I've been
like,
leaving
Jesus.
out details and stories lately.
I was going to be like, what the fuck did you do when you were in Florida?
Yeah. Weird Al Yankovic, huh?
I love Weird Al. And he's the fucking nicest guy ever.
He's I can see that because you're the age that Weird Al showed up when you were like of the age of finding comedy.
Yeah, no, it was perfect.
13.
And I loved music and I loved comedy, and it was perfect.
Have you ever thought about writing a comedy song?
No,
I have.
But you know what I do is I do like I do really bad raps on purpose to my wife because she loves hip hop and stuff, and I don't know shit about it. So
you don't like hip hop?
No. It's not that I don't like it. Yeah. I just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
You know, and like right now, there's that period where everybody's acting like they're fucking wasted or whatever, and just mumble rap or whatever.
But the drop tops, blip flops,
yeah.
blip blip blop flops.
Big bang cake, little bang. My ears are junk from going to concerts.
Yeah.
And playing drums, so like half the time I'm just like I can't hear what they're saying, which is perfect, which is exactly where those MCs, is that the right word? That's where they want to be. They want a 50-year-old man going, I don't understand this.
Yeah,
which means what you're doing
branding.
is cool. Yes.
Yeah.
You need old people like me to be like, it's music. I can't hear it. Let's just put these over here.
Yeah, I can't. There's a lot of. It's called being an old head when you don't like what the young kids are doing.
And I'm so not trying to do, like I don't understand it, but I would never. I try not to. I made fun of DJ music and shit, but like I don't hang out at places where there's young people. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was in the bar and there'd be that older creepy person, you'd just be sitting there. Who the fuck is that guy? Is that guy a cop? And
it's the reason I got married.
You're ruining. Yeah, you're ruining their good time. You had your time. Okay, it's fucking over. Let young people. This is their time. This is their bar. Get the fuck out of it. Go to some wine and cheese place with your wife.
Yeah.
Or do what I do is I stay at home, and I pour them the way you pour them. I respect that pour.
Yeah. I like a good glass of vodka.
To me, that's one drink. But, you go to a hipster bar, you had 7 drinks, and you're like, oh, I can't drive. But then when you have one of those, I had 1 drink. Bill, you're being loud. I'm a loud guy. You're trying to make excuses. People don't drive drunk.
Do you think you'll have more kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not with the same woman.
Me too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my second wife.
Oh, that second family is going to be great.
Oh, I'll do it right this time. Mm-hmm. I'll have money instead of raising poor kids.
And you deliberately act way nicer than you really are, so your new family gets on your side. Like, man, your last wife must have been a bitch. No, I'm with my wife forever. She's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and I really, I'm a jerk.
But did you always know you were going to get married?
I always wanted to be married. I wanted to have I would have gone like Mel Gibson, had like 9, 10 kids.
I would have done that in a fucking heartbeat. I wanted a third kid.
Everybody
really
makes fun of Phillip Rivers. I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome.
What's wrong with Phillip Rivers?
He has like 9 kids.
He has 9 kids?
Yeah, you know what? He's probably going to have 10. You got to go double digits at that point. But I just can't imagine coming home. It's just like the cheering never stops. It's like you're throwing touchdowns. Everybody's loving you. San Diego's doing great. Then you come home and it's like, Dad's home. Hey! Fucking 9 kids running at you.
9 kids. What the fuck?
Dude, you understand? 9 kids plus him is 10. If he was living East Coast, he could have a backyard rink and he could field like 2 whole teams if he played like goalie or something like that. You'd have the whole fucking thing, right? Wait, no, that doesn't work out. You'd still need his mother. I always thought if you have 10 kids and your wife plays goalie and you play goalie, you could just watch them skate around playing with each other.
Yeah, but there's probably a 18-year age difference.
Well, you know what you do. You fucking feed it to the younger ones.
Yeah. I would love.
Then you could do like a round robin of like age groups, right? And then you could do mix and match, and then you could have like the younger ones playing with the older ones. One of them would make it to the NHL.
Yeah, but the second you have the 10th kid, all of them look at it and they go, "There goes our inheritance. We got to split it one more way."
It took 10 for them to do that? How dumb are these kids? No, that's the thing, though.
Dad's a professional athlete.
That's the thing, though. Like you're right about that, though, because they're gonna split all of his shit 9 fucking ways. And like the big thing is when you have a family like that, you have to have a clear cut and dry affairs in order fucking will. And I would be on my deathbed going, you guys have to promise me you're not going to fight.
Oh, they're going to fight. They're always going to fight.
Yeah, because it's weird because there's always one douche. Even if you and your wife are cool, if you have enough kids, eventually you're going to have a douche.
Oh, my mom was 1 of 10. And they were all really close, but still, you've seen them just fight over the dumbest shit. My wife's grandmother passed away, and you could they put all her stuff in a storage unit, and people would go in the storage unit and take what they wanted, like family members. It's really gross.
Yeah, it's like reverse Secret Santa.
Yeah,
you're taking it for yourself.
Yankee flip flop,
dude. Like, where are you in your life? Like one of the saddest sounds ever is opening a storage shed. That sound of that paper thin fucking garage. That just the way that sounds. Oh, and the depressing memories in there, and there's pictures of you when you're younger. Oh, it's terrible.
I think before I was at all, like when I was a kid, when I was in college, I used to think about, I just wish I could just inherit money. I was like, I just want to be an heir. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to do anything. And I remember my uncle one time, he had a really successful
scratch ticket. You thought you were all set.
He had a really successful ad agency, and I was like, just get me I'd like a job there. Get me a job there. He was like, nah. He was like, fight for it as a stand-up, and it'll mean so much more to you when you make it on your own.
What a cool uncle, man.
Dude, he was a great guy. He still is. He's still alive.
I know you're talking about like he's dead.
No, he's still alive. He's a really interesting guy. But changed the lobbying firm. The way the lobbying works, he's in charge of that in like the 70s, 80s.
I have no idea what that means.
Lobbying was used. Well, it's not, I guess not a good thing anymore, but he's a good guy.
All the people in fucking Washington D.C.
Yeah, that's my
the lobbyists.
Lobbyists.
You always hear people who are into politics. Like, why would you get into politics?
I don't. I'm not.
By the way, did you see Michelle Obama's $4,000 boots? It just set Twitter on fire.
Did you see that cornerback for the Saints say that Ben Roethlisberger isn't one of the top 5 quarterbacks of this? Did you see that?
I mean, I love Ben Roethlisberger.
Is he top 5 of his era?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to argue his side. Peyton Manning, above or below Ben Roethlisberger? I'll say their name. Are they above him on the rankings?
It depends on what your criteria is. If you want a winner.
Yeah, you want a winner.
He's got 2 rings.
Peyton. And Eli.
And doesn't Ben have 2? Ben has 2.
No.
Yeah, he does.
No.
Yes.
I got to pull up this guy's interview.
Yes, he
this
does.
Guy knows more about football than I do.
No, they do, because they went from 4 Super Bowls to 6. Sixburg.
Just in your own rankings, is Peyton bigger than Ben? Higher ranked than Ben?
You'd have to go Peyton,
okay.
I guess. But what I like about Ben is Peyton had that, complaining part of his career. He was a little bit of a diva.
Yeah.
A lot of his games should have been on VH1.
Imagine, you ever woken up with a sore neck? Imagine
VH1,
Peyton's
the Divas,
neck.
Anybody? Nobody?
Imagine Peyton's neck in the mornings. Just fucking...
Dude, all of those guys. Well, the problem was his neck was exposed. His neck was so long.
For real?
Yeah, dude. You saw when he had his shoulder pads on, he still had like 4 inches of neck sticking out before his helmet started. He had like that...
He looked like a turtle
yeah,
looking for something.
He had that Steve Grogan neck. Remember Steve Grogan at the end of his career? He had he had a neck brace sewed into the top of his fucking jersey.
All right. Peyton's above him. Drew Brees, definitely above him.
Drew Brees, I always use this reference. There's always the Jeff Beck of it, right?
Yeah.
Drew Brees is like, he's like that Jeff Beck guy where it's just like, he's fucking killing it. Everybody else who's like on his level knows he's one of the fucking greatest guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's not mainstream enough.
His albums don't play well on radio.
He wasn't tall enough. He fucking was playing down in New Orleans for a while, and they just were perennial losers or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy brought the Saints.
But he's better than Ben Roethlisberger.
He beat Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
In a Super Bowl.
So Drew Brees is above him. Aaron Rodgers above him. Right?
It's a tough class, dude.
Yeah, no shit. That's this guy's argument.
Okay.
Tom Brady. Phillip Rivers.
Tom Brady. No, I wouldn't put him above. I wouldn't put Phillip Rivers above.
Phillip Rivers is first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Phillip Rivers, 9 kids. I mean, and now here's the swing
I
vote.
put Roethlisberger. He's got 2 rings, dude.
What about Eli?
Oh. That's a push. I love Eli. Eli's so good. Eli's so good. I'm a Patriots fan, and he broke my heart twice, and I still love him.
And then Tom Brady. So now we got number 6. He's not even top 5 of his own era. Tom Brady.
Wait.
Tom Brady.
Okay, so then he's a strong 6.
Arguably
like my
7.
dick. He's a strong 6.
This is a tough. Has there ever been a better era of quarterbacks?
Well, there's also has ever been a better era to be a quarterback. You can't hit them, and they throw handoffs. I was like, he just completed 40 passes in a row for 58 yards.
Yeah.
This guy's unbelievable.
There's never been a better
like
era.
Not even Johnny Unitas did that. I mean,
there's never been a better time to be a quarterback.
No, the greatest season ever by a quarterback is Dan Marino, 1984. Ooh. 48 fucking touchdowns, threw for like 5,700 fucking yards back when they just outlawed Stickum. They just that's where they were. You could beat the fuck out of a quarterback.
Just outlawed Stickum.
That's how fucking nuts it was. The Mel Blount rule was about 8, 9 years old.
Was that his name? Was that his name, Mel Blount?
Yeah,
was
Mel
the Stickum
Blount,
guy for the Raiders.
Mel Blount beat the shit out of Golden Richards in 1976 in the Super Bowl. Was just if you look at the footage, he's just punching him. Forearm smashes and shit. Dude, you look at the Raiders, like one of the Otis Sistrunk, one of those guys, his move was he'd let you catch it, and he had like a fucking, I don't know what, like a cast or something, and he would just fucking punch you in the side of your head.
Yeah.
Back when you had those fucking helmets would have no padding.
Oh, did you ever play football?
Yeah, I only played. My dad saw that CTE shit coming.
Yeah,
and he saw how slow I was. He yanked me out. I played third grade. In third grade, I played football for about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
this is fucking hilarious. My dad was not an athlete, right? So I needed a cup, and I went to the sporting goods store with him, and I'm fucking running down the field, and I was like, I know I'm not this slow, and this shit was cutting into the side of my legs, and I was fucking running like this, looked like an idiot. And I always wanted to play as I got older, so I kept the cup, thinking he would let me play, and he never let me play again. And it wasn't until I got in high school, I'm like, this is an adult-sized cup. Dude, this shit was protecting my whole waist. I was fucking. I wanted to play wide receiver. I wanted to play wide receiver because I could catch.
Yeah.
And I would have done fine there, but unfortunately, Daryl Stingley had just got paralyzed. So my parents were like, "You're not fucking playing that."
Yeah.
Then they're like, "All right, so what do you want to play?" And I didn't know the names of the positions, and guard sounded tough to me, so I go, "I'll play guard." And I'm sitting there with my giant cup. I remember this kid got.
How tall were you at this age?
I don't know.
Were you a big third grader or a small third grader?
No, I was like, I had the baby fat for a while. I was like a 10-pound baby.
Baby fat?
I was 10-pound baby, dude.
Really? 10 pounds is big as fuck.
Mm-hmm. All head and fucking meat just coming, fucking terrorizing Legoland, right? So I remember one play, this kid got by me and I somehow reached back. I just had like my ring finger in his sock. And he was so unathletic, he was like dragging me along the ground, and the coaches were watching. And the coach just sort of walked up because it was happening so slow because we were just little kids. He goes, "Are you on offense or defense?" I'm like, "Offense." He goes, "Let go of him." got to give it up to that kid. He dragged my giant head in my adult-sized cup for a good fucking 10 yards.
Oh man, I remember the switch over from to bike helmets. Bike was we had Rydell helmets, which were heavy. They were like fucking cement
All the
blocks on your
coaches
head.
used to wear the bike shorts.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah,
polyester things.
And then they got bike helmets. Bike helmets were lighter and they were more cushion, more comfortable.
Dude, you had to have the bike shorts with the white socks yanked up to here, and then those spot builts, which I don't know why nobody's ever brought those things back. Those AstroTurf shoes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first ones that came out,
Yeah.
where the front end looked like a shark nose. Those things were the shit.
God damn. I played football in 7th and 8th grade. 7th grade, very first play, middle
Defensive
linebacker.
tackle?
Middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker.
Pass over the center, first play of the game. First play of I get subbed in. First play, I intercept it. I run it down to the 1 yard line. I remember thinking, this is what life's gonna be like, just all roses.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you're now the starting linebacker. I was in 7th grade playing JV. Up into like 10th graders were playing it. And so, yeah.
How were you in junior high and you got on the JV high school team?
That was how Berkeley worked. It was Berkeley prep was if you tried out.
You went to another fucking school. You went to the next school above you?
No. It was a K through 12 school. So
What is this, like Little House on the Prairie? Do they have like one schoolroom?
yeah, no, it was a big campus. It was a private school. We played other private schools.
Oh,
and so
you were a privileged kid.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I mean, not my. I wouldn't say. I would say privileged, definitely, because I mean, my dad, when I was 26, gave me the speech of like, "You're a piece of shit. You've never earned anything in your life. You don't know what you're doing."
And would you just go, I know, you're right?
I did. It was my birthday, and I went.
You probably got mad. You're not supposed to agree. You don't have any fight in you. Kreischer, just like your mother.
But yeah, then
Look what you did to him, Helen.
and then ran that and then got worked. I mean, I got worked for 7th and 8th grade, and I just was getting the shit beaten out of me by bigger kids.
Oh yeah,
I had that one good play, and then I quit. Play baseball. Just play baseball.
Yeah, I remember. I actually was. I wanted to play football really bad, and I was, upset that my grades weren't where they needed to be. My parents, my parents are conservative, so like it's just like, no, you didn't earn it, and it was a great lesson. But I remember one of my buddies, also named Bill, he was my size and he played. And I remember he came to school one day and they were beating the shit out of him so bad. Like he literally had a bruise on his back that like was like the mesh of his like jersey.
Yeah.
So he had like the little white dots of I think that was the color of his skin. And all the bruise was the shirt.
Dude, I'd have those on my arms from I got beat so bad. And I really think about this with CTE. I remember one time we played a game and all I did the whole game, I was playing outside linebacker. All I did was run into this kid with my head for fucking I must have done it 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think of that sometimes, like, fuck, if CTE, like regular people can get CTE too, I'm definitely got it.
What do you mean regular people?
Meaning like not just pro athletes.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we can get it from just, do you know they were saying that you can get CTE from riding roller coasters. I did that professionally for fucking 3 years.
I remember one time the blizzard of 78. It was a big thing in Boston. Blizzard of 78. It was a nor'easter.
Dude, you sounded like such an
old
man right there.
It was the perfect
and 78's not that fucking long ago for us.
Yeah,
but wait, keep going.
No, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah, but it's in our lives.
Yeah.
A kid hears that and goes, that's like when we'd hear old men go, I remember the
typhoon of 1937. Gather round, children, as I
But what happened in the blizzard?
Well, we only had one car. That's how most people were like that. We had one car and we were living in a duplex. We had squirrels in the wall. Remember we had to I would try to, I would scare him to make him come out and my dad would kill him. I remember one time I had this broom and I'm fucking going like that and this squirrel ran up the broom. Its eyes were like this, was just fucking running.
You got the broom and it's just fucking running at you?
Dude, went up my arm and over my shoulder. I felt its little feet launch off my shoulder. I was just like, ah! And then it ran in. Dude, the house was so fucked up because it was a big, beautiful old house.
Oh,
but they'd split it in half. And our back door, this is the funniest shit ever. the back door opened into a half a bathroom. Like you opened, it was like a toilet there and a sink. So it ran over my shoulder. It went in there and it had nowhere to go. And my dad just cornered it and took it out. I remember another one. This one was looking out and he had this fucking giant fucking steak. Not the big one, your cutter one. The one that you cut up.
The
your
chopping,
vegetables.
yeah.
Chopping one. And you just fucking got, yeah.
Oh.
It's crazy.
So wait, name all your houses you lived in growing up.
How many I had? I lived in.
Give me a little description. Almost like they were
there's
girlfriends.
Too many weirdos out there. I lived in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven places.
I lived in 2. Maybe 3 if you're going to count. We had an apartment at
Florida's
Riverbend.
too hot, man. You're not going to pack up and move your shit.
Yeah.
That humidity. You're just like, fuck it. We used to move in the winter. It was nice.
What were the different neighborhood kids like? Like if you could describe the kids in the different neighborhoods.
All right, when I was really young, because I'm old enough that I remember like pretty much all of the 70s. So did you ever see Over the Edge? You never saw that movie?
I don't think so. What is it?
It's about troubled white kids in suburban developments.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Not Matt Dillon, but was it
Matt Dillon was in it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw
Matt
Over
Dillon
the
was
Edge. I
great
definitely
in
saw
that.
him over the edge. They went to like a rec center and then I definitely saw Over the Edge. Fuck yeah, I saw Over the Edge.
So that's what my neighborhood was like.
For real?
It was just big kids doing drugs and doing bad shit. And if you were a little kid and they came around, they would just beat you up, break your toys.
That was
throw rock. I always tell this story, especially because of F is for Family. The first episode, Bill's up in a tree and these big kids come along. Well, they chase him up the tree and they start throwing rocks and then fireworks at him. That was based on a true story. There wasn't fireworks, but me and my buddy, my best friend as a kid, we were like 2 little kids. Hey, let's go climb a tree. And we climbed up the tree and these big kids came by and they just saw us up there and they just started throwing fucking rocks at us until they got tired. We were up there just hanging on, crying. And then they finally left. And then we just continued. I think we climbed down at that point.
We had.
You know, it happened so much. Like I didn't even tell my mom. It was just part of going outside.
Part of growing up. I said
it was a part of going outside.
I was saying to someone the other day that I didn't ask for toxic masculinity. It just was given to me by the neighborhood kids.
Please don't say those stupid feminists.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Is the being a fucking meathead.
Opposed to what, climate controlled cunts?
No. No.
Dude, I'm so fucking sick of feminists. Those stupid ass fucking speeches they're always giving on what you're supposed to be as a guy. It's like, what the fuck are you supposed to be as a woman? Can you imagine if I gave that fucking speech? Shut the fuck up.
Can you imagine if you could just tweet out legit hatred for women and people were like so brave, so brave,
so courageous.
Yeah, so brave.
Just, this is a voice that needs to be heard.
Yeah. It is gotten.
You know what? I said this to somebody the other day. The hardcore feminists do not want to fix what's wrong. They want to be what's wrong.
What do you mean?
They don't want to fix it. They just want to be in power telling everybody what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Now you shut the fuck up. Dude, if you look at their fucking t-shirts, the future is feminine. Okay, that's inclusive.
There's no.
Because they're always like, this is not inclusive. We need to shut this fucking thing. I had a buddy of mine. He had the daddy-daughter dance. They shut that down because it wasn't fucking inclusive.
For real?
Yeah, because 2 fucking assholes complained.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking
What do you mean,
ridiculous.
really? You think I'm going to come on here and lie to you?
No, but that's fucking
Is that
ridiculous.
who you think I am? You have a great beard, by the way.
Thank you.
You do. You have a really fucking, you got like, you should be out there looking for crab out in the high seas. All right, Bert Kreischer. I'm sweating here.
If you had to have a job based on your look, what would your job be? Like, meaning if someone was like, oh, that guy definitely does...
Cancer survivor. I'd go... I'd go to meetings. You can beat it. I'm still here. I would run a fake dojo because I kind of look like... When you're a white guy and you shave your head, you either look like you know jujitsu or you just survived some fucking ailment. So I think I could have a dojo out here for a little bit before Rogan exposed me. I love when he posts those things. Those guys, you just look at somebody and they like fall down. I would have one of those dojos.
Yeah. If you could take a pill and would put all your hair back just as you were born, would you do it?
Only because I'm considerate of other people and I know it would weird them out. I wouldn't do it.
That's why you wouldn't do it?
I don't want the people just going, oh, yeah, it looks good. Fucking chia pet. I like having a shaved head. I actually really like it.
I want to shave mine so
You know
bad.
what I love about it is,
What?
dude, you're always ready to go. You're just ready to go. I mean, nobody knows you didn't fucking. You don't have to take a shower, dude. You just fucking wait.
It's like flying with no luggage.
As long as your shirt is not wrinkled, you can just walk out. I mean, what do I got to? There's nothing to comb. There's nothing. You're ready to go.
So wait, how long did it take you to get ready today?
I haven't showered since fucking '84. No.
Yeah, I want to shave mine so bad, but I think
awesome.
I have a big head. I don't think I'd look right.
No, what you want to do. This is how you decide if you need the hair plugs or not.
Okay.
Is when you touch the back of your head. If you got a nice little fucking speed bump back there, it's gonna look good. But if you got like the fucking back here.
Oh.
But if you got the fucking like if your head's
Straight
shaped
down.
like a question mark, that's when it gets weird. Where it looks like your spine was fused.
I think mine. Look at by the back of mine.
No, you look great. You look great, and then you got that badass beard, dude.
Yeah.
Start getting some tats.
I look exactly like Segura.
You just roll with it.
Yeah, I got get sleeves and tats.
Oh yeah.
Get a face. The first tattoo I wanted to get was a face tattoo. I was thinking just getting one tattoo and get a face tattoo. Florida, the state of Florida, right here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Nothing about that story surprised me.
Really?
Fucking repping my state, man.
Yeah. Do you feel like how much of Boston do you think or Massachusetts defines you?
Not Boston.
Not
Boston. I mean, I went into Boston, but I am not a Boston kid. I am a suburban kid, which is ever since Good Will Hunting, everybody just thinks you lived in Southie and all that shit. I didn't. I lived in the suburbs. I wouldn't go to Southie. Back when Southie was Southie, they could just smell the suburbs on you.
Really?
And something was going to happen. Yeah. So
wait, who's a Southie kid that I know? Sue Costello.
No, she was Dorchester, I think.
Who's a Southie kid? Did I ever know a Southie kid?
I don't know, dude. I mean,
No, like in comedy. Like, is there?
I don't know. There was a guy, Doug Signier. I don't know.
I know Doug Signier.
Yeah,
Doug Signier. I would.
Was he East Boston?
Dude, he was so fucking. He toured with Robert Schimmel.
Mm-hmm.
He was so funny. When I was working the door at Boston,
I'm
Comedy
still
Club.
For real? Man.
For real?
Yeah.
Is he still doing stand up?
No.
What happened?
He went back to finance. He's fucking crushing it.
Really?
Oh, crushing it. Like he is just. He's got a fucking summer house and all that. Every time I talk to him, he's down his summer house, fucking grilling, having a couple of Sam Adams.
Dude, he was funny as shit.
He married like Angel, and they got the greatest kid ever. He's got a son, man. It's just awesome.
God.
Yeah. So.
Doug
I like hanging out with like people like that, like normal people, you know. Occasionally smoking a cigar with a lunatic like you.
He's normal, but he's got a hint of lunatic.
Huh?
Doug's got a hint of lunatic.
Everybody in Massachusetts is a fucking lunatic.
Really?
For the most part, yeah.
Everyone in Florida has
like
everyone in Florida is an
describe,
addict.
Like my, is that right?
There's a hint of addict in all of us. Now one person comes out of that state unscathed.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Kimberly.
Is there a rehab state for all you guys to go to?
I remember talking to Kimberly Congdon, who's from Florida, and she was like, we were sharing Florida stories. She was like, do you remember the first time you got in a car and put a beer between your legs to drive, and someone was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, oh, we did this in Florida all the time.
Oh, no, we did that.
Oh, dude.
You wouldn't have had a problem. You would have been like, all right, this guy's all right.
Yeah.
They would have thought you were gay because your hat, any sort of flair meant you were gay and you were going to get killed, you know, where I came from. Dude, I'll tell you a fucking hilarious thing that happened. I was doing the Wilbur Theater one time, and DeRosa was opening for me. And afterwards, we were hanging out with all the knuckleheads I used to fucking drink with, right?
Yeah.
I still am in contact with all these guys. I love them, right?
Yeah.
So I see DeRosa. You know, DeRosa walks the line. You know what I mean? He's like a guy's guy, but he also loves Sex in the City and like the Golden Girls.
Skinny jeans.
So I'm actually nervous for him. You know, he's wearing sort of a fucking, you know, he has like a cool concert T-shirt, but then has a Mr. Rogers sweater over it. You know, he just always like, you can't nail that guy down, right? So I see him over there talking to my buddies, and I'm looking, and they're laughing, and they're liking him, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I was like almost like, you know, when your friend was going to get bullied, you're kind of looking out for him. So all of a sudden, Rosa comes over, right? And he's got that, when Joe's like upset about something, his face kind of. And I was going, "What's the matter, man?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "I was talking to one of your friends over there, and everything was going great. Then all of a sudden, he just stopped talking to me. Like I was talking to him, and he just stopped talking to me. Like I don't know what's going on." I was like, maybe he's, my friends are getting drunk, whatever. I don't know, whatever. And then like fucking an hour later, one of my buddy comes up, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "What's up with your boy?" And I go, "What do you mean? Oh, he's cool. What's the matter?" He goes, "An hour ago, I asked him what he wanted to drink. He ordered a White Russian, and that was it."
And the guy wrote him off.
He thought he was gay.
He thought he was
He
gay.
thought he was.
And
He thought
stopped talking to him.
he ordered a white
Russian.
Yeah, that's Massachusetts.
Oh fuck,
Dude, and that happened like 5 years ago. And I was just looking at him like it was like he was in a time machine. And I died laughing, going like, "You never saw The Big Lebowski?" And he's like, "No."
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no, those guys all like, like White Snake and all of that shit, still listen to that. Not all of them, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And then they watch movies. Like if you wanted to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off with him, it's the greatest fucking movie ever. Anything after that, no clue.
How easily could you fold back into your group of friends that you grew up with? Say like they're like, "Oh, comedy's over, everyone. No more comedy. You got to go back home."
Well, my friends are married with kids now, so it's not the same. But like,
no, meaning like they say comedy's over, you got to quit, and you got to go home back to where you grew up. Everyone from LA, you got to go home to back where you grew up and get a job. Could you fold back into that group of friends easily?
Yeah.
Oh, in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah, I could. And in fact, I actually think that I'm less mature than a lot of them. They are, because they got married and had kids and everything.
Yeah.
And like, I saw them clocking the level that I was drinking at, where it's just like, wow. Like, because my drinking was beyond what my drinking was with them, because I used to just drink beer.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, rather than quitting, I was like, well, I'll switch to hard stuff because I don't want the calories.
Yeah. Vodka.
Yeah. I'll have a skinny girl martini, please.
Oh, my friends turn it up when I'm in Tampa, because they think like,
how do you not?
They're just like, "Oh, this is it. We made it. Let's fucking dude." I mean,
Is it Ybor City?
Ybor City. I'm at the Tampa Theater in.
Dude, that place has a vibe like Boston used to be late night.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those places you go to and you just like, someone's gonna get suckered. You can just feel it. There's gonna be that.
No one in the right mind.
I never liked the fights, man. I always that nauseating sound of someone getting hit and then their head bouncing off the pavement. I was just always like, all right, I don't need to get a slice of pizza here.
I said to someone, I was like, everyone says don't hit women. I go, how about don't hit anybody? Like, I don't like getting hit either. Like, it's don't hit anybody. Like,
there's no excuse to hit a woman, but
there's no excuse to hit a woman.
But you can hit a guy. It's all right.
Yeah, you can fucking sucker punch me.
No, but I think that's why, in a way, we're not as crazy as they are. Guys are like, generally speaking, dumber than women.
Yeah.
But we're not as crazy as they are. And I just, can you imagine the level of asshole you would be if it was socially unacceptable to hit you? Like, because you always, as a guy, you just have that in the back of your head where you're just like, you know what I mean?
Dude, this is an hour conversation that I've had with my wife a million times.
Yeah.
She gridlocks traffic because there's not the threat of someone pulling her out of the car and beating the fuck out of her. I go, you can't gridlock. Don't, like, just because you have the green and you see it turn yellow, that doesn't mean you have to go in the middle of the median. She goes, it's my turn. And I go, no, it's not. The level of that is so authentic what you just said. The level of asshole I would be if I knew it was socially unacceptable to hit me.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No,
I would be unbearable.
Unbearable. Unbearable.
Unbearable.
Unbearable.
Unfucking bearable.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah, and that's why
oh my God.
It is so difficult when men and women coexist, because we're morons and they're unbearable. Let's see Dr. Phil come up with that. Let's see him say that to his fucking crowd.
Did you ever see the video? I'm sure you have, of the Dominican guy on the train that has the 8-ball jacket. And these 3 girls are making fun of him. 3 black chicks are making fun of him.
Oh, and he
slaps her.
Oh my God.
So
First ballot Hall of Fame slap.
Dude, from fucking
that was the Willis
Maine
Reed
to New Mexico. It is.
You didn't think he made it all the way out to the coast?
No, because he
I would
stopped
give
in
him
her face.
Arizona. I'd give her Arizona.
I showed that. I was talking about it. We're at a dinner party with all the kids are around, all the parents, and I'm talking about it, and I show it to the husbands, the dads who'd never seen it, and everyone goes, "Oh, fuck!" And then the young boys, come around to Carter and Max, and I show it to them. And it was so weird that we were a bunch of men and all the women were looking at us celebrating a guy hitting a woman. Like we were like, oh shit. And they were like, what are you doing to our children? Are you showing them a man hitting a woman? And I went, yeah, but you should see the video too. And like, it's you take a look. And I realized I was just basically and it was watching us watch that was like, what we should have done has been.
Do you feel he's more of a gentleman because it wasn't closed fist?
Yeah. I mean, he beat the fuck out of her boyfriend.
Oh, he did?
After that, yeah.
Oh, there
One
you go.
guy stepped in and he beat the fuck. Guy was 6'7". Dude,
I'd rather take a fucking slap than a closed fist any day.
Easy.
Slap,
easy.
you just insulted.
Dude. There's a video of him.
What are you gonna have a duel?
There's a video of him after where he goes to a press conference with his attorney, and the first thing he says, Bill, is, "This has been so horrible for me. I can't wear this jacket anymore." Because they were making fun of his jacket. Yeah. And he goes, "I loved this jacket." That's all he thought about. I loved this jacket. Now I can't wear this jacket. That's what he took away from that whole experience.
Once again, we're morons. They're unbearable. And every once in a while, something gives.
Dude, I know more about that guy than I'm comfortable sharing.
Can you imagine the shock? Like, if you never got hit in your life and you're constantly like yelling at somebody that fucking outweighs you by 100 pounds.
100? This guy's 6'7".
Okay.
He was 6'7",
yeah.
From the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. I wouldn't yell at a guy 5'7". I don't know what the fuck he knows. You can put me in an arm bar. All these fucking kids know that UFC shit now.
Fuck that.
Yeah. She's yelling at...
I don't raise my voice at anyone who fucking shaves.
Yeah. She's fucking yelling at James Worthy. Fucking Orlando Woolrich. What the fuck are you doing? What do you think's going to happen?
Oh my God.
No, but that's a bad thing, though. Because what the bad thing about that for her is all they're going to say is that you're the victim and he shouldn't have done that, which is true. All of that's
not what
true.
happened. She got arrested.
Okay. Oh, really?
She hit him first. So she got arrested for assault.
What fucking utopia bus ride was this?
Yeah. She hit him first. And so when they looked at the video...
Can we have a benefit for that guy and get him a new 8-ball jacket? Something different?
He came here to play play minor league baseball, and he fizzled out. And so I've one of my favorite things to do is take those
I wonder
videos.
What his nickname was. The Slapper. Slap on.
The windmill.
The windmill.
Whap.
Something. The nor'easter.
He had to be a pitcher.
Yeah, because he was saving his hand. He had a pitch the next day. He didn't want to fucking ruin it.
She took a slap from a guy who threw a fucking 90-mile-per-hour fastball.
By the way, hats off to her. She took it like a champ.
I think that woman's sexy, by the way.
She went down. She came back, though, like fucking Roberto Duran.
There's a part right before she hits him.
Like Hulk Hogan.
She does something with her lip where she goes like this, and it's so hot. It's so fucking hot.
What are the things that women do? You know what I think that was a woman that's good at shooting pool. I always thought was hot. I remember I liked Angelina Jolie, and then I saw she knew how to fly a plane. I'm like, that's one of the hottest chicks ever.
She can fly a plane?
Yeah, beautiful women that can actually do shit.
Oh,
they usually just sit there and act bored and look at their phones.
I'm trying to think right now of what a woman.
Are we gonna get any advertising on this?
Beautiful woman who just looks at their phones.
That's what happens with most beautiful women. They're always fucking bored. I think that's their thing. Because they just kind of got there because they're beautiful and they don't want to be exposed. So their big thing is they just got to act like they're bored and just like rolling their eyes. They're sitting next to a Super Bowl trophy, like looking at their fucking Instagram. That's the move.
I got into a fight with Stacey Dash. Do you remember her?
Oh my God, is she beautiful? Yeah,
she is gorgeous.
And has some interesting political opinions.
I got into a fight with her at spin class because this is probably.
Wait, you took a spin class?
I'm still taking spin classes.
Was she mad because you were sweating all over and you made her bike slide out of the fucking room?
It's before class started. This was This is right when I met Leanne, so probably 15 years ago. And she had done Clueless. She was still a working actress. and I put all my stuff on my spin bike. It would crunch.
You dip.
And then
your little dip cup.
No, my water bottle, my towel. I had my
Tito's.
My Tito's, my hat, and then I went over to do crunches before spin class. I did crunches. I came back, and all my stuff was moved to another bike. And the bikes weren't all up to par, so you knew what the good bikes were if you went there. And she wanted my bike, and she had her stuff on my bike, and I went, hey, and now she's sitting on my bike with her stuff. I said, my stuff was on there, and she goes, no, it wasn't. And I said, no, it was. And someone else goes, actually, he did put his stuff. I saw you move it. She goes, no, this is my bike. I wanted this bike. And I was like, yeah, but my stuff was there. And she was like, but I want it. And I went, no, that's not how it works. And I got upset. And she started crying.
Who started crying?
Stacy Dash.
Oh, dude, if you started crying, you would have got the bike back.
And Bob.
That's my bike.
By the way,
I got here first.
This.
Yeah, you should have gone Rain Man on her.
And I got really fucking upset. And I was like, no, that's not how this fucking works. You don't get to cry. You don't get to cry and just get out of it. And Bob Harper from Biggest Loser was our spin teacher. This is a fucking crazy story.
Oh, the fucking personal trainer had the heart attack.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me.
He's our spin teacher, and he goes, hey, guys, let's not start class with this energy. And I was like, I didn't. She did. And he goes, come on, man, calm down. And I was like, I'm not the one. I got so fucking mad. That whole spin class, I was fucking angry at her and just mad dogging her, staring at her like a lunatic. And Bob, the whole class kept going, all right, let's let go of anything that happened earlier. But I was so fucking pissed that spilled into one time Georgia.
Do you know what I would have done if Stacy Dash took my bike?
What?
I would have walked up all mad. Then I would have saw her and been like, you're beautiful. Just would have gone to another bike. I got to commend you.
She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
Yeah, I had an audition one time, and I didn't know it was her.
She's gorgeous, man.
It's ridiculous. That's the thing, with all these, these 5s and 6s now complaining about how they can't star in movies and how they want them to lose weight and shit like that. It's just like they should just wheel her out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be like, this is what you want to see on a giant screen. I was just talking to Rogan about this. I had 3 lines in a movie, as always.
Which one? The candidate?
No, that
Gary
was
Hart?
the front runner.
That fucking movie looks awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Dude, I remember that Gary Hart shit.
It is
I don't
awesome.
mean to
If
derail
they
you.
could plug it half as much as they're plugging fucking Aquaman.
Dude.
Jesus Christ, that guy's, him and his fucking abs and his trident, he's everywhere.
Gorgeous.
He's a gorgeous, that head of hair.
And by the way, I want to hear this Rogan story, but you know what? Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, they asked her, what did you think about
John
Aquaman?
Goodman.
And, yeah.
Nicole Kidman, John Goodman.
She goes, just look at him. She just basically eye candied him. Like, oh my God, look at him, his hair, his muscles. And I was like, can you imagine if a man did that? They were like, hey, what did you think of the movie? And she's like, oh, just look at her tits, her ass. I mean, it was a great movie.
But that's what we do. We just did that to Stacey Dash.
We're doing it right now. Keep going.
Doing it.
Go.
We always do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can't do it out loud anymore.
But they should do it to us.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem if you passed over me. Which I know you would. I'd be like, yeah, I understand. Keep it moving.
Yeah. What were you
much better sights down the road, ladies.
What were you going to say about Rogan?
Oh, I was talking about how I did this movie one time. So I had a couple lines in this movie. So I'm sitting in the back seat, and the star of the movie is in the front seat. I remember to start the scene, she grabbed onto the wheel. And I remember, this is a thought I never had about any woman in my life. I looked at her and I was like, her forearms are gorgeous. She had the most beautiful, it was just like, they were so like, I was just staring at them like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. How do you have beautiful forearms? I never thought.
Who was she?
Huh?
Can you say who she was?
Unlike you, I can keep a secret. I don't want to do that to somebody.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, just sit there thinking I wasn't thinking about the scene. I was staring at your fucking forearms. That's actually creepier than if you look at her tits or her ass. That's like understandable.
Dude.
Forearms is like, oh, God.
Nikki Glazer's got great veins in her arms.
Isn't it funny, the shit that gets you going?
Yeah, I just did a podcast with her, and I was looking at her arms have these great veins, and I was like, and then I'm looking at my wife the next day going, where the fuck are your veins? Can't have one fucking vein.
That's the funny thing about being a guy is you can look like us and sit there critiquing women.
Yeah.
She's hot, didn't like her veins. Forearms were a 7.
Dude, we would do that in college, ruin a dude's chick. Just ruin his chick. Like, start dating her, and we'd wait till he got there. We're all sitting around and be like, yeah, it's not bad. Her ankles are a little fucked up.
That's why I love Seinfeld. The reasons he broke up with women.
Yeah.
That was such a guy thing.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible laugh. Remember the girl with the bad laugh? He was like all psyched. He was having a great time, and he told a joke, and it was done so perfectly. He walked into his back room, and then she's like, and then he like put his head back, and he just goes, like, oh my god.
That was when I knew I was growing up. Is when I could look past things that my friends would trash a chick on and go, yeah, but I love her. Like Leanne can't wear shorts. Like her shorts, she never looks good in shorts. Leanne doesn't know how to wear shorts.
Does she have a blue collar body where your trunk is way longer than your legs?
I don't know, man. She doesn't look good in shorts. Like
I dated a girl like that. She had a blue collar back. She had a body like Rich Voss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you just designed to pick up shit. You don't have to bend your knees. You just pick up a box and put it on a fucking truck. She had this long upper body. And she used to wear these little shorts all the time. You know, she had a nice ass and stuff. So now I'm walking down the street in New York, and I got to fucking deal with all these guys looking at her and shit. And I'm like, what? Can't you wear like, you know, because Jordan was still in the league and shit. You can't wear. You're wearing the Larry Birds. Can you bust out some Jordans? She laughed. She goes, no, I can't. She goes, look at my legs. If they're too fucking short. She put on my shorts one time. I fucking cried laughing. She was cool as shit. She laughed too. She goes, I can't fucking wear them.
Yeah, we went to a baseball game when we first started dating. You know when you're like looking for the flaw in the chick? You're like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And then she came out and she just, her selection of shorts. It's not that she can't wear them. It's her selection of shorts is just fucked up. Her, to this day, if I say, hey, put on a pair of shorts, come over and meet me and Bill, she'd wear mid-thigh jean shorts to this day. To this day. Great legs. Right. Just her selection of shorts. And I was able to look past that and love her anyway.
Yeah. No, when you as a guy see a flaw and it's cute, that means you got feelings for him.
Dude, she's got a hole on her face right here from a pore, she had a dried out pore, and there's a hole in her face, and I love it. I love it. I love that hole more than anything in the world. But if I saw it on someone else,
this is really getting creepy.
Yeah.
I love that hole.
I love that.
If somebody just walked in right now, I love that hole.
Oh. I want you to see it. Now, I bet you haven't even noticed it, but I want you to see it, and then you'll go like, that could be a game changer. But for me, I love that hole.
Is that the end of the podcast? Like, I really don't know where to go after that.
No. What's a flaw that Nia has that you love?
My wife is fucking gorgeous.
But what's a flaw?
And she has a fucking J-Lo body, dude. She's fucking gorgeous.
But what's a flaw that you see in her sometimes and you go, but now I love it?
Physical?
Anything. She can't be without flaw.
No, yeah, her fucking personality shit. You're gonna get me in trouble here. You know what I can't stand the most about her?
What?
Is the look on her face when she can't hide her contempt for me.
Oh, fuck.
That's the fucking worst. When I'm fucking knowing that she's hating me, which is part of being married. When you're just going through a time where the person who was dumb enough to marry you fucking hates you. And she gets this look on her face. And then I'm sitting there, you know, the comedian, I have such like a need to be liked. So I'm trying to make jokes and stuff. So I'm driving down the street and she's just fucking sitting there like, she just like, like she has a look on her face like she's got 2 more stops on the subway before she's fucking getting off. and like I'm this fucking asshole hitting on her. Like that. And it kills me. And women are so smart. I know she knows that it kills me. So I think she even fucking ramps it up. So
I love when Leanne cries. Like when she cries, she looks so sexy.
So do you like deliberately say mean shit to her just to get her going?
It's got to be organic.
Look at those shorts. Oh,
look at those shorts. You're fucking. You look like Rich Voss going to a fucking fair. Oh,
dressed like Rich Voss doing a nooner. No, she's she doesn't have a lot of flaws, but
are you older than her?
Yeah, I'm 10 years older.
Really?
Oh yeah, I got a young model, man.
Leanne's older than me. Michael and Black's wife's older than him. We were doing a show together.
Oh my God, you married a woman older than you? How have you ever won an argument? At least I have 10 years of fucking life experience. Every once in a while, I can kick a field goal.
I've never won an argument. I have never. I've only thing I've ever won is she doesn't know how to fight. Like she doesn't know how to argue and fight. Meaning like she gets mad and angry and then.
Oh, then you lose. That's me. That's my life.
Yeah, and I can apologize.
Hey,
she can't apologize.
As far as arguments, your 1-loss record. What professional franchise is most like you? The Clippers. I'm like the San Diego Chargers, where I'm almost there. I'm in the AFC Championship game, and then I take a fucking unnecessary roughness or some stupid. Remember that year they beat the Patriots. They stopped us on 4th and whatever, and then they took an unnecessary roughness call on that play and gave first down to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That was it. Over. Lost.
I'm the Bucks.
You got a ring though.
No, yeah, I got the ring. I was really bad at the beginning, like in my infancy years.
And
with
you
her.
Changed your uniform.
And then I changed the uniform. I glassed it up, and now I can make.
So what was your championship? Like what argument? Because I have one. I have like an AFL title. Like that's the closest I ever come to winning an argument. I got one, and I remember where it was. We were living in this apartment when we first moved out to LA, and she was wrong and I was right, and she was pushing my buttons like they do, like, oh, fuck, I'm wrong here, so I'm just going to make you mad, and then you're going to say something crazy, and then that's what the fight's going to be about, right? And I just stayed in the pocket. Star Wars, stay on target, and I just kept my fucking cool, and then she lost it. And then she said to me, she goes, are you happy? You won. She goes, what'd she say? She goes, you made me mad. You won. Are you happy?
Oh, shut up.
And walked out. And then I quickly did the math going like, the fuck does that mean? And I walked in. I go, what does that mean? And she's, get the fuck away. Doing all this shit. I go, what does that mean, what you just said? She goes, what? I go,
did I just win the lottery?
No. You said you made me mad. You won. What does that mean? Because I think that's what the fuck you do to me in every argument. This is what I did. Rather than get carried off the field, I decided to play another hand of fucking blackjack, and then I lost that in there, but she knew what I was saying. Because I was like, I think that's what the fuck you do to me in arguments.
Really?
And I completely ignored my irrational temper that I have. How easy it is to make me fucking mad, that most times she's probably not doing that. And I'm in a conspiracy theory. So it's just like, oh, man, this is the one doing the chemtrails. I'm living with her.
My problem is I get into a fight and I'm usually drunk, and she can spin me into, it really is like fucking with a crazy person. She can spin me in 9 different directions and confuse me.
Well, you already have the bed spin, so she kind of helped it. You're already going.
And then next thing you know, I'm sitting in the kitchen going, wait, hold on. Like I get confused really easily in our fights. I had one fight. I get really confused.
God bless your wife. I was just picturing the dumb look on your face. Can you imagine being married to someone who gets confused in arguments? Wait a minute. What was my point? And she stays with you? What a fucking angel you married. And you're younger? Oh, God. How many kids do you have?
2. I don't know why that took so long.
2. She probably looks at it like she has 3 kids.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. She definitely has 3 kids. I got her. I got her to say she was sorry once. She won't say she's sorry.
My wife has 1 kid and 1 crazy homeless guy. That's what I am in the house.
She won't say she's sorry. She will not say she's sorry. Like
isn't that a nice trait?
But
That's always fun.
But then she'll do this when she'll go, "I'm sorry. Is that what you want?" And I go, "No, you didn't say you're sorry."
I wanted a legit "I'm sorry" without the little appendix you put on the end of it.
Watch. I'll be Leanne. You be Bert.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is that it?
You know what I would say?
What?
That's not the way an adult apologizes.
Oh, now you have to tell me how I'm going to say I'm sorry. You're going to tell me how to say I'm sorry? I'm sorry, okay?
I'm not going to tell you how to say you're sorry.
You're telling me right now. You're telling me right now how to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that what you want? Were any of those good for you?
You know, I really wish I was filming you right now, sweetheart. You could see how ridiculous you look.
I've actually filmed us, Bill, to show her how she's saying it.
I thought you were gonna keep doing it. This is like practice,
dude. I had Chris D'Elia break up with me on my podcast one time, and immediately the way he did it, I got really uncomfortable.
Oh, how does he do it?
He was like, listen, and the way he did it was so real. He must have broken up with so many chicks that the second he started it, I was like, hold on 1 second. Like, I wanted him back. I wasn't even dating him.
It's hilarious. Well, he does have great hair.
God, he has great hair.
He's a dreamboat.
He really is.
He's like romance novel.
If you could have one head of hair of any comedian working right now, whose would it be?
Carrot Tops. I had to go redhead.
Oh,
that motherfucker has a lion's mane.
God,
I just started following
body.
him on Instagram. That guy's a fucking. I met him one time. He's the fucking coolest dude ever.
He was doing theaters when no comics were doing theaters.
And he always had a sense of humor about himself.
Yeah.
I met him at the Comedy Connection in Faneuil Hall way back in the day. And I think it's Scott. Hey, I'm Scott. What's going on? We were just talking. I was like, hey, I was a new comic. He was just being nice,
From Florida?
Yeah, and I was like, I asked him, he was talking about some gig he did, and I was trying to sound like a comic. And I was like, oh, yeah? Oh, you did that gig? Oh, cool. I go, how much time did you do? And he goes, 2 trunks. And at that point, it's like, this guy's just fucking making fun of him. Like, self-deprecation is so underrated.
Yeah, it really is. That guy's, we in Florida loved him because he would come out.
He's funny.
He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
His shows are awesome.
His
like, you go to a
Instagram's
show,
hilarious.
He'd come out with Widespread Panic and play drums with them or play bongos with them. And so we were all Widespread Panic fans. So you'd be taking acid, taking mushrooms. All of a sudden, Carrot Top would come out, and the place would go fucking nuts. Dude, I met him a long, long time ago. I like him a lot.
Good dude. And every time I go out to, you go out to Vegas, you do your gig, and then you got to get the fuck out of there. But I always like, I'm going to go over to Luxor, see if I can go over and say what's up to him. But it's like the fucking those things, the casinos, they're like mountains. Like they seem like they're right there, and then you start walking towards them. And it's just like you feel like you're on like a treadmill. It's like,
so when you do a comedian, when you do a casino, you don't hang out on the floor and gamble and drink with people?
No.
Oh, it's my favorite part of doing casinos.
No, dude, I am a barfly. Like I either go back to the room. What I do now,
really?
Now I just go back to the room.
Oh,
I get a bottle. No, what do you mean? No. I just invite all the people I want to hang out with, and we just go back to the room. And we put on a game or whatever, and we just, have a bottle, and we just order room service. We have a great time. And then this is the thing, though. This is the thing. You don't get in any fucking trouble. There's no problems. You can fucking have one and go to bed. You can fucking throw up on yourself. Nobody sees it. It's just everybody now just tries to get you in trouble and rat you out. And, like, people are not cool anymore. And then everybody has a camera. So then it just becomes that. I'll tell you because I usually, someone's, forever no one wanted to, so it's still cool if somebody does. But I remember one time I was getting breakfast, and Verzi, we were in a corner booth. Verzi was on this side, Bartnick was on that side. My eggs and everything just came, and this woman shows up, and she goes, "Can I get a picture?" And I was just, ready to eat, and I had people on either side of me, and I just went like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah."
I respect her so fucking much. Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I got up. I took it. And I was just like, it was just fucking like, I never felt more like just like a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even feel like a person. It was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then I smiled like I wanted to do it.
I put it out there on Rogan that I don't mind getting recognized. I actually kind of enjoy it. It feels good, like you work.
I love it.
I love it.
Except when I'm eating.
What I get now is people recognize me and go, hey, man, oh, dude, big fan. I know you like this. Hey, let's get a picture. Like, they're doing it for me. And I'm like, whatever.
No, you can go too far with that.
Yeah.
Because I saw this guy one time, he was on a talk show, and he told a story of how one of those TMZ people figured out where he lived, one of the tour people. So they were like pulled up to his house, and he wanted to be a nice guy, so he went out there with little glasses and champagne and, welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then they just went to his house every day, and I think he had to move.
Oh,
his wife was just had to be the good guy, didn't you?
I feel like
just
that would
had to be the down to earth guy. And now look at
that. Would put my kids on Instagram.
Dude, I've been smoking this for 45 minutes. Now it's like the size of a regular cigar.
Finally, we got to the what they call the palm of it. The palm of it.
It was the manure, the hay, and the divine.
What?
The manure, the hay, and the divine.
I rolled cigars with a Cuban guy, and he said the best part's the palm. So when he rolls it, that's the softest part. That's the part that draws the easiest. It's like the heart of a watermelon. He's like, you want to get to the palm. I said, really? He was like, oh yeah, here, try it. And then we smoked to the part, and he goes, you're hitting the palm. I rolled that. That's my palm right there. I was like, oh, so I always like the palm.
It's the hand of the god right there. I like
Manute Bowl must have rolled these.
I like the furnace. Me and my brother call it the furnace.
Really?
In the end, yeah.
I remember smoking a cigar with you in my backyard. It was right after the girls watched F is for Family. We watched the whole fucking season, and you came over randomly the next day to smoke a cigar and bullshit, and you put a toothpick in it.
Yeah.
I don't like that part.
I like that part. Do we have toothpicks here? Do we have anything? Anything? Oh, wait, they got to have something here for these fucking drinks. No, that's the best in the end. No, I learned that. That was a story I heard, a Fidel Castro story. I've told this before in a podcast.
I've heard it.
All right. So Fidel Castro is he's in the UN building. Okay, and it's one of those deals where they have to respect your country and your obviously your ways and that type of shit before the U.S. tells you how we're going to go in there and take all your natural resources and pay one of you $1 billion and fuck everybody else. It's kind of how that's how we do. It's our business model. So this is what we're pitching to him probably. He's not listening. Oh, look at that. God bless you. Thank you. Rachel, everybody.
Rachel.
All things comedy, Rachel.
I never can remember her name.
Oh.
I'm joking.
She's right.
She's in every episode of Something's Burning. She is Something's Burning. You should do an episode with just her. Dude, we did one with Donnell. Tell your story about Fidel Castro.
Oh, I heard Donnell killed.
Dude, Donnell called me the next day and was like, it was on my podcast, so I'm not sharing secrets, but he's like, dude, I've always wanted to do a cooking show.
No, Donnell can cook.
Dude, he can legit cook.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just have him do season 2 of Something's Burning.
Just have him come in, like, Johnny Carson used to have a guest host.
Yeah, have him guest host Something's Burning.
He should come in, guest host Something's Burning, and you should be the guest.
And have get Chappelle to be on it.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
There's an episode. I got to tell the Fidel Castro story so people aren't like, what the fuck?
Yeah, tell the Fidel Castro
story. Blue balls. So he's in the UN, and, they, I guess, appreciate if you don't smoke. So he fucking pulled out a bat. Cuban cigar, probably the size what we have, and it's just sitting there smoking it, just smoking out the joint, and everybody's just sitting there like, because it's so fucking obnoxious. A cigar, it's like, if you're not smoking a cigar, it's the same as playing drums. You know what I mean? If you're just playing drums, the only person having fun listening to it is you, because everybody else is like, Jesus Christ, with that fucking racket. So he gets all the way down to the end, and they're like, oh, good, he's going to fucking put this thing out. And he took his fucking glasses off or something and just stuck it in there and just the rest of the way down. And I was like, well, if that's how Fidel smokes them.
Yeah.
Some Cuba.
How much fun do you think throwing a revolution was?
I would say that a Cuban dictator knows how to smoke a cigar. So if that's the way it's done, then, So if you say that I'm wrong, you're saying Fidel Castro's wrong.
Top 5 bad guys in world politics. Idi Amin.
Oh, all time?
All time.
You're Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. If you
Idi Amin gets up there?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, yeah. You need an Idi. You need one Idi Amin.
He was barely in the league.
Okay. Name them off. Top 5 bad guys.
Because you know what? He played. That was a home game. Like, you got to go outside your country and start killing people. I think to get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Let's hear your top 5.
Anybody can kill their own people.
Do you put Castro in the top 5? Anyone can kill their own people.
Yeah. It's like killing roaches in your apartment. I mean, go out in the street and come back with a rat.
Kill a roach in my house.
Yeah.
That guy killed a roach in your house?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. They called him home game Amin.
You can only take one from Russia, Lenin or Stalin. Who do you pick?
I don't know about Lenin. I thought he was a nerd. I thought he was a bookworm.
Lenin was the first one, right? Stalin's the worst. Stalin's the worst.
Who is but did Lenin, were they the ones who killed that entire royal family and they just found the skulls?
Yep, that's Lenin.
All right. Very efficient. Stalin, dude. Stalin. I used to do a bit about that. He fucking, he'd have a picture of you, the two of you guys smoking cigars and then something. You shaved your head, it would weird him out. And then not only did they kill you, he had people paint you out of a picture. Like he photoshopped people out of a picture before Photoshop existed.
Really?
Yeah, he was like one of those people that changed the game. He was ahead of his time.
All right, so top 5. Hitler's number 1.
I feel like Hitler.
Genghis Khan.
Hitler is kind of like the. He's like the NSYNC of mass murders. It's really like sort of poppy. So he's like the Beatles. Like everybody knows the Beatles. Everybody knows
He's
him.
the go-to evil person. Like, that
was a bit I did. Stalin was like the Jeff Beck of mass murders.
Dude, I think I saw this bit.
Yeah, like he should be in the conversation.
Wait, hold on.
But
what
unless
is this
you're
bit?
really,
what's the bit? Was this on the Black and White special? I saw this bit.
I don't remember which one, but it was basically that, Hitler killed, depending on who you talk to.
Depending on who you talk to.
Yeah. Like Jewish people just bring up the Jews he killed, 6 million. And then if you talk to other people, the gays and just people he didn't like, people with the same color hair as him.
Gypsies.
Yeah, gypsies and all that type of shit. People with a limp.
Yeah.
Anybody with plantar fasciitis. I mean, he killed a lot of people. He gets up to like fucking 9 million.
Yeah.
But like Stalin killed like 25. So it's like, and it was the same era. It wasn't like the NFL where everybody's now throwing for what Dan Marino threw in 84.
Yeah.
Okay. He was playing. They were like the Montana and Elway at the same time. And he almost tripled his fucking numbers.
Stalin.
But for some reason, because he was sort of our ally.
Yeah.
He was, but he wasn't, that I feel like he gets overlooked. He's like the Drew Brees.
He's the Drew Brees.
The Drew Brees of mass murderers.
So Genghis Khan's number 1. He killed the most. That's Stalin.
The fucking guy who's the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler. Did you ever hear that one where he fucking was sitting there? He had a whole field of people that he impaled. And basically how they impaled you. Like, I didn't want to get into it. It was like a goddamn sharpened log.
It wasn't even a spear?
They would split you up the back from your asshole, throw something on you so you stop bleeding, and they would grease this thing, and they would put you on top of it. And gradually your weight, it would come down until it killed you. And some people, it literally came out of their mouth.
Oh, dude. The powerlessness of that.
Yes. And you're just laying there like, kill me.
Hell, guys, I haven't, maybe we should talk this out. Like, none of that happened.
Who thinks that? To do that. So he had a whole field of people that he had already done that to. And he was meeting some other world leader or something who came in. And so he's trying to be a tough guy. All right, yeah, nice work, And then they sit down and have like a ham sandwich. And he's like, man, can we not fucking do this in front of all of this shit here?
Yeah.
And it ticked him off. And next thing you know, he was out in the field with one of those. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck?
Dude.
I mean, even Hitler would be like, God damn. I'd say Vlad the Impaler, Stalin.
Genghis Khan, Hitler.
Then you got to go garage band.
Like
a serial killer, like Jeffrey Dahmer eating people.
No. We're just doing world leaders.
Oh, world leaders.
Yeah, we're just doing world leaders. What's the guy from fucking Chechnya? Remember?
Well, we got to put an American in there. I mean, so with the amount of people we fucking killed.
Yeah, but we're not even remotely close to what those guys did.
That's because we're on the umbrella of our own media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. You put
FDR.
You put that song under anything, it makes sense.
FDR, didn't he drop 2 bombs?
No, that was the guy after Truman.
Truman dropped the bombs?
Truman. Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Truman dropped the mic twice. Set was over. He came back for an encore. He gave me the old right there, Fred, twice.
You go to hell for that, right?
Well, if you read up enough on World War II, it was just, did you ever read a book called Fly Boys?
Oh, you lost me at read a book.
Okay.
Tell me about it real quick. Tell me about it real quick, and then I'll tell everyone I read it.
Okay, listen to a book on tape called Fly Boy. The Japanese army was the only army that in World War II had rules about cannibalism. And their rule was you can't eat another Japanese soldier. That was it. And you should read the book after that. And then once you read that book, then you're like, oh, these guys were not going to give up, and the amount of people we were going to lose. I mean, the world was so fucking crazy back then that you could actually, like, you could see how they justified it. I mean, I could never do it. It's one of the reasons why the president ages in fucking dog years.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, which is why I think that Obama arena tour is so fucking funny to me. It's like you were the first lady. That's not a job. And you wrote a book about not having a job. Like, I don't understand. And now you're doing arenas. And you look at her, how great she looks.
Yeah. She
looks
awesome. She hasn't aged at all.
At all.
She looks like
Nothing
Beyonce
says
with those fucking
I don't have
boots.
a fucking job, like, not aging over 10 fucking years.
Nothing says.
Dude, Obama went into office. He looked 41. He came out. He looked 68.
He looks like an old man.
He looks frail.
How old is he? Like 50?
Dude, I think he's like a year older than me. What a fucking loser I am.
Yeah, he's Geraldo's age. Geraldo had that joke about our president is whatchamacallit, and I'm questioning on whether I should dye my beard.
I'm a big believer in going natural.
What, not dyeing beards?
Yeah, you go natural, you age natural, and then you're like that fucking character-looking actor next to the poor bastard who's good-looking, who has to stay that way. Because if you notice, beautiful people, as much as ugly people in this era are so jealous of them, they're not allowed to age. Because you notice with beautiful people, they always get asked this question, like, dude, what happened to her? What happened to him? Did you see so-and-so? What happened to her?
Renee Zellweger.
What happened? Yeah, and it's just like, what happened to her is the same thing that's happening to you. Okay? It's just that they were way the fuck up here. Okay? You just fell off a curb, so nobody noticed. You're already 30 pounds overweight. Now you're 40. Nobody gives a fuck. But, like, they're not allowed. Then people say all kinds of, like, horrific shit. So there's definitely...
Renee Zellweger looks unrecognizable, but she just got plastic surgery to look young again, and now you don't recognize her.
No, but it's settled down. Now she looks good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What about Jennifer Grey? Remember her? Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing?
I know.
So beautiful.
Loved her nose. I loved her nose. Yeah.
She was dating Matthew Broderick when he killed those people in Ireland.
With what? A hammer?
A car. He was driving, and I remember this. I don't know why I remember this. So they were dating when he did Ferris Bueller, and he went over to Ireland, and he went on the wrong side of the street and killed like 2 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was before that was when you could kill people.
It's getting dark, dude. We're talking about impaling and shit.
But Jennifer
We're in the
Grey,
best part of the cigar, people. This is where the conversation gets real.
Jennifer Grey says she went into plastic surgery, a celebrity, and came out unrecognizable. Like, no one knew who she was.
Can you fucking imagine the mind fuck of that?
You work your whole career to get to a place where people want you in movies, and then you go into an audition.
Then what I don't get is, this is what's so fucked up about this city, this Hollywood, is that she's a fucking great actress. She made it once. She can't do it again.
Amazing actress. Her performance in Dirty Dancing, I watched Dirty Dancing the other night.
Which is a guy you shouldn't like, but it's just done so well, and their chemistry is so ridiculous that you like it. That's one of the few, like, chick flicks that I'll sit down and watch that.
So good. So good, I actually looked into finding a family camp where other families went. I wish I could go back to that era where you go, me and the family are going up to the Poconos for a month.
Oh, the simplicity of that?
Oh.
And you're all excited because you have some little fucking camper that you tow up there.
And you got this huge resort where the kids are off doing kid activities. You're playing poker, having drinks. The wife's taking dance lessons.
That has to come back.
It has to, dude. I couldn't find one in California. I couldn't find one family camp. And who's got time to take off? Like, in Dirty Dancing, I think they took off like 3 weeks. He was a doctor.
I mean, that's just like, when my grandfather, he had a dry cleaning business. Like, he's part of that generation, like the greatest generation. So he had to start this thing like 3 times. Like, everything was going great, and then the Depression hit, and he lost it. And then he started it again, and then World War II came, and he had to fucking fight.
Fuck that.
He had to fight, and then when he was in his 40s, he finally got the fucking thing going. So then he...
Sounds like my career.
Yeah. So, yeah, No, you know what, dude? If you do it right, it takes into your 40s.
You were the one. You were the one. I remember we were at the Hollywood Improv, and you're. I think your second.
What percentage of stories have we finished on this podcast?
0.
8%. I got through the Castro.
We were at the Hollywood Improv, and you were sitting there, and you were talking about. You're like, so I remember we're having a drink. You go, so what's the fucking deal? I just do another special, put it out, no one watches it. What the fuck? Like, is that what we do? We just put out specials and no one fucking watches them. You're like, when's this going to turn? And I remember,
no, because that was because what I was learning as a young comic was that if you're on the road that I'm on, it takes longer. Dave Chappelle told me that. And I lived on that when he told me that. He's like, man, your style. He goes, it's so fucking dope, man, right? And I'm thinking, oh my God, a black guy said I was dope, right? And he's like the coolest black guy ever.
This is 10 years before dope was cool.
Yeah.
Man, you lit as fuck, man.
All he had to do was one of those fancy handshakes. I probably would have quit the business. I did it. I made it. So he fucking, he said that to me, and I didn't understand it. I mean, I kind of understood, but I didn't understand it until I went that route. And it was just like, and it wasn't just me. I was watching other people's specials. Like take Fortune Feimster, where you're just like this is clearly the dude. This is the person you should be fucking watching. But then somebody else wears a silly hat. Or fucking,
takes her shirt off.
Or takes a shit. Yeah, they have a hook.
Yeah,
they have a fucking hook. Yeah. That's fucking. I forgot that you take your shirt off.
Dude, I remember at that time you were probably, I would say you were probably 38, 39 when that was going, maybe 40. And then when I watched you, I remember when you had that run of is for comics, it's always about the folklore that gets spread to us where someone shares it. When you had that run at the Wilbur, and everyone was like, 18 shows in a row. Can you believe 19 shows in a row? I remember thinking, maybe it's
one of the stupidest things I ever did.
Really?
Oh, dude, I fucking blew my voice out on the third show, and I had some joke in my act where I was talking about some sort of plane crash. Oh, that's right, where they find you, in a tree, like hanging from your seatbelt. So the act out of it was, I would be like, and I would act out hanging from the seatbelt just like this, right? So I would be like this, and in that stretch, like that 3 seconds of that punchline, like that was for me.
Yeah.
And every night I took like a little Zen 3-second break. Dude, I stubbed my toe so fucking bad. My foot is purple.
Oh, dude, me too.
Anyway, so like that was, I mean, it was a thrill that everybody showed up and did all of that. But though I was definitely thinking, after I blew my voice out, I was like, why didn't I just go to like a bigger place and do half as many shows?
Do the Garden.
Which I did the last time, and this is classic. You want to go back to chick flicks, right?
Yeah.
So the few times I've been fortunate enough to play like an arena, right, which is crazy, and it makes no sense. You have like a mini panic attack when you're in the back going like, this makes no fucking sense. Am I going to go out there and everyone's going to be like, this guy's a total fucking fraud? Is it all going to go away? So no, it fucking worked. I'm almost 50. I am 50. Fucking, right? I'm trying to get my shit together, and my phone rings. It buzzes, and I look down, and I'm literally about ready to go on stage. Like Verzi or somebody, Tony V, somebody was wrapping up. I forget. I think Verzi went on next, right? Second. And my phone buzzes, and I look down, and I see it's from my wife. And I'm like, oh, this is why I married her. She's going to call up, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I wish I could have been there. You're going to kill. Let me know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I pick up the phone. She's hysterically crying. Like somebody died. She's like, oh, my God, baby. This shit. Immediately, I'm thinking of my kid. Like, what happened? Is she okay? She goes, no. Nothing's wrong. I'm like, well, what is it? What is it? She goes, I just saw A Star Is Born. It was so good. Verzi's doing my intro. I'm like, honey, I got a show that I have to do. And then she started hysterically laughing while crying. It was the cutest thing I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
She goes, oh my God, he's ready to go on stage. And she started laughing.
Yeah.
She goes, I go, he's literally doing my intro. And she goes, I'm so sorry. Have a great show and everything. And we just and I laughed. And I went on stage and immediately told that story and got my first laugh. And then the show went great. How fucking crazy is that?
Fucking hilarious.
Star is Born. Evidently, I got to go see it. I heard Lady Gaga fucking murdered it.
I heard he just destroyed it.
And the other guy there, the guy who played the sniper.
What are you doing?
I'm canoeing here.
Oh. Wait, when did you, I'm dying to talk to you about arenas. What is that? I mean, it's got to be fucking, I remember you not having an agent and a manager and being at the Boston Comedy Club and both your ex-agent. I remember
the first 20 years of your career. That's basically what you're describing.
No, I remember you coming off stage. You had a joke about you want equal pay, then we get to get in the lifeboats at the same time as you. Do you remember that joke? Yeah. And so you went with the mic. And so,
I was just enjoying the cigar so much I forgot. I keep forgetting we're doing a podcast.
But you, I remember that part of your career because you went from like being like, you had I wouldn't say a hack, but you had the joke about
diarrhea.
No, selling infomercial stuff. Look at this fucking pan. Gong, gong, gong. Do you remember that bit?
Oh yeah, and I did that on Conan.
Yeah.
So here's one for you. So I was making fun of how they always have the guy like, whatever is a microphone. Wait a minute, but can it hear your voice? Yes, it can. Like they always had the guy who just was so enamored but didn't understand it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. So I did something about a frying pan. So the punchline was like, oh yeah, we're gonna shove it right up your ass, and that always murdered.
Yeah.
And that was the closer.
Yeah. I remember how you. Hang on. Can you remember how you walked after you said that bit? After you go, I'm gonna shove it up your ass. Do you remember you walking? Do you remember?
No.
There was, dude. I to this day can remember there was like a walk,
pan up your ass walk. Yeah. So, anyways, so I do the set, in the club. They love it or whatever, and they approve it. And I'm like, finally, I go. This is like I really was feeling good about this set I was gonna do on Conan, right? And all of a sudden, they call up and they go, Standards and Practices has a problem with you saying you can't shove anything up somebody's ass on network TV. I'm like, what do you mean? That's like the punchline that closed the set. He goes, you can't say shove it up the ass. I'm on a three-way with my manager at the time. I go, he goes, you got to say something else. And I'm in a fucking panic. Like I'm doing it like the next day.
Yeah. And
I'm like, well, what about shove? Can I shove it up? This is like a legit conversation I had with adults. Like, no, you can't jam it up. You can't shove it up the ass. And we're searching for a word. So finally I go, what, like put it? Can I put it up the ass? And there was a pause. Like we're playing poker.
Yeah.
Wait for this guy to fold, and he just goes, yeah.
You can put it up there.
So that's the punchline. Like you can
put it up your ass.
So that when you watch the set, I believe that's what I said. I'm gonna take that pan and we're gonna put it up your ass. It didn't quite get as big a laugh. Shove is you needed shove.
Do you remember Orny Adams on Comedian? And then he's like, you can't say lupus. Lupus is the joke. I was on a bus the other day. The sign said, someone on this bus has lupus. I was the only one on the bus. I have lupus, and they're like, you got to change it to eczema. And he was like,
eczema is not fun. Eczema is gross.
It's not as funny as lupus. It's just fucking. And so he did his Letterman set, and he goes, I was on a bus. I said, someone on this bus has eczema. I was the only one on the bus. I have eczema? And everyone's like, oh, I have eczema too.
And it didn't do
as well. We all have eczema. It's very popular. It's a very common disease.
Eczema is gross.
I think I might have eczema on my cheek. Something's going on my cheek. I can't get rid of it.
I don't see anything.
It's because I have a beard. I have it because I have a beard, but I have the beard because I have it. So we'll shave the beard.
Why didn't you treat it?
I did. I've went to a doctor, and
what do they do?
He said it's because you have a beard. It's very common. It's an irritation inside the beard. If you shave the beard off, it'll go away. I go, well, if I shave it off, then people can see it.
And you got to walk around looking like Freddy Krueger for a week.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, but it'll go away. And then you can grow your beard back. I was like, I'll just keep it. I'll just have it on my cheek.
I'd shave it off. I'm too fucking vain. Cancel a couple of spots.
Unfortunately, Bert Kreischer could not be here.
That's not this tour this next
because
year.
he has eczema on his face.
I'm touring like you did that Wilbur run. Mm-hmm. I'm doing that tour this fucking winter. The second they were like,
pay off your house, brother.
Dude, I got a tour bus. I remember you telling me one time, you were like, oh, dude, get a tour bus. They're the fucking best.
There's no way I said it that way. That's a very arrogant thing to say to somebody. Get a tour bus.
I'll tell you exactly what you said. You want to know exactly what you said?
Because you're probably doing gigs where you could afford to get one.
No, I was not. You said, Bert.
All right, I'm an asshole. You're like my fucking wife now.
One
Jesus
show,
Christ.
right? One show pays for the tour bus, then you go do 8 more shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, how? In my head, I'm making like probably like $6,000 a weekend. I'm like, they're only $6,000, and you're like, no, maybe not. No, well, wait, are you still in the clubs? I was like, yeah. Go, never mind. Don't do the word.
I thought you went theaters.
Yeah. I was like,
I'll tell you what you can never afford to do is fly private.
Oh, for real?
No, dude. There's no fucking way to do it.
You've never flown private?
I did it twice.
How much?
A movie paid for it.
Yeah.
I was doing a gig, and I had to get back to the front runner, so they flew me from Green Bay, Wisconsin to Atlanta.
Not even that fucking
You know what
glamorous.
sucks? You know what sucks is I did that gig because Green Bay had a Monday night football game the next night, and I had to be on set. This business knows when you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no. We need you. What's my call time? 6 a.m.? Fuck, right?
Yeah.
So Verzi and Bartnick got to go to Lambeau. I've been to Lambeau one time, but I when Brett Favre was still there, but it was, exhibition, it was August. So Brett Favre played like a quarter and a half. They were playing the Browns and shit.
Wait, when you got on the jet, did you feel it? Did you have a cocktail? Or did you just go to sleep?
I wasn't drinking because I was on the movie, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called being a pro. You show up in shape, knowing your fucking lines. All these fucking people bitch, moaning, and complaining. You can't have to lose weight. Yeah, you're going to be in a movie. Isn't that enough for you? Get on a fucking treadmill, you lazy cunt. There's millions of dollars that are at stake. People are trying to make their money back. Show up in shape, the best shape you can be in, ready to fucking work. Oh, there's so much food in this country that I got fat. It's so hard for me. Well, go fucking move to Ethiopia 3 weeks before your fucking movie. You'll be fine.
So wait, what was
you get a little perspective.
What was the other private? The other one you paid for?
Yes.
And what was it?
I had a first-class ticket that the festival paid for, and I decided I was going to be comfortable and go to the airport with sweatpants on, and they didn't have a back pocket, and I had my phone in my pocket, and I thought it was my wallet, and I showed up, and I was flying in the day of to Austin, and I didn't have my wallet, and there was no way I was going to get there, and it was for All Things Comedy, and I had to be there, and it was this big advertising deal and one of the deals was, I had to be there on this podcast, and the only way to fucking get there, I had to go to fucking Van Nuys, and I had to pay for this fucking plane. It cost me so much.
How much?
18. They fucked me. 15 or something, and I got on that fucking thing, and this is what's hilarious, and that was for this little ass fucking plane. That's another thing too.
It's not that big. You're like this.
You can't even stand up on the thing.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, I'm halfway through. If you ever fly private, take a piss before you go, because I had to take a piss, and I go, "Hey guys, I got to go to the bath. Is there a bathroom on this thing?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And there's a little shower curtain. And he fucking opens it up, and there was this snack tray on this seat. He lifted that up, set it down, and then lifted it up, and there was a toilet under there. So now I got to take a fucking piss, all right? And I'm standing. I paid $18,000 for this. I'm standing there, right? And this is what's hilarious is here's the shower curtain. They're flying right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like this. And the hole to piss in is there, which is fine in the beginning because I got a nice stream going. But then all of a sudden it starts dying down. I'm like, am I going to piss on myself? And I had to fucking, I'm like, it was like a finishing move in wrestling, trying to fucking, my DDT, trying to fucking take this piss. And I was just, it was a life lesson. I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking thing ever. Unless you can afford a G5, and even then, it's not going to be as nice as like a fucking 747 DC-10. They don't even have those anymore. Whatever the fuck they have now.
Yeah.
Those fucking things.
Dude,
you have like a lot of the first class now. You got a bed, and you got all these movies. Dude, you're just sitting back there. There's a snack tray with like Fritos and Snickers bars. You can't even stand up. This is private. You fucking get on an airplane now. It's tremendous.
We flew private from Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine, and they're like, "You're gonna fly private," and I was like, "Fuck yes,
dude." That's like $50,000.
Not if you do what we did, and we got that small plane, and we had to make 5 fucking stops. We flew from Portland to Montana to fucking Dakota, literally just
to Wisconsin.
It was like a road trip. Literally, I got out 5 times. And when we got there, the other plane, the guys who flew...
you flying like a DC-9 with like propellers?
Dude, it was...
that little wheel in the back?
And there was a thunderstorm, and the fucking thing moved around so much.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck this. I'd never do that. But I don't know. I wouldn't... I can see... I was the person that was like, I could never justify flying first class. I always get the upgrade. I always get the upgrade.
That was the carrot I was chasing.
Really?
Oh, dude, when I was sitting in the back on the DC-9, and like you don't even have a window because there's a fucking engine there. And by the way, one time one of those had a malfunction, and something happened, and one of the engine parts went into the fucking plane and into some woman's head, and she died.
I remember that.
That's what I always thought about when I was sitting there. And then on the other side, there's some guy taking a shit behind that little cardboard door. You can literally hear him take his belt off. And I'm just sitting there going like, I just want an exit row.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the fucking greatest thing ever, back when they used to fly them kind of empty, when you got your whole row to yourself,
my God.
the poor man's first class? And even then, they just made sure there was no way to be comfortable, because when you lay across, there's still that hard plastic.
Little humps.
Digging into your hip. Yeah,
Yeah.
They just wouldn't let you. Then, you know what I love too on planes? Is when you're sitting there on a plane, the fuselage, right? If you want to lean your head, even with the pillow, it's just far enough that the side of your neck fucking hurts. Then you got to have a pillow, wad your jacket up against it. And the whole time I would just be looking, I want to get on first. Yeah. I just want to fucking sit down. And all first class is they treat you like the human being that you are.
That you should be treated like.
Yeah, and if you're in the back, I mean, there's like fucking roosters that are in cockfighting that fly better than half the fucking people that are out there. The really good ones that tour nationally and kill other fucking chickens or whatever the fuck it is they do.
I have flight anxiety, so I always wanted to fly first class. But I was like, I'm never gonna be a guy who pays $1,000 for a ticket.
The only thing that sucks about flying first class is you can hear the pilots when they panic. What is that? What is that? You know? No, doesn't happen. I'm kidding. Bad joke. Whatever. What the fuck? We've been out here for like an hour and a half, hour and 10 minutes. Dude, this is the perfect fucking cigar for a podcast.
It is.
Dude, we've been smoking for almost an hour, and I still have this much left. This is the cigar.
This is the best part. This is the best part of it for me.
This is better than any Cuban that I've smoked, because all of them would be done by now.
Who are they? I mean, fucking glasses. Do you have glasses yet?
I refuse to get them because I feel like they make your eyes weaker. It's like
I think they do.
Yeah, it's like getting a cane.
Yeah.
Stupid. Now you need it.
La Flor Dominica.
This is going to be the last part of the podcast. I was trying to read this.
You're
right. La Flor Dominica double Ligero.
There's got to be a pill
Natasha Ligero. She's branching out. Look at her brand.
There's got to be a pill you can take to strengthen your eyes. Like a steroid or something to get your eyes back to where they were, right?
It's all Eastern
Europe.
It
can't just be fucking medieval technology of like, put these magnifying glasses in front of your eyes.
No, you just go to Europe.
You think
nobody in Europe has glasses? No, they've cured it.
There's no way to.
No, you go there. They take your eye juice out and they spin it in the centrifuge.
You're lying.
And they put it back in. You have the eyes of a baby. We're over here doing LASIK. I mean,
Are you serious?
This country's going. Dude, the public schools don't even work here.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, this country's going down the shitter.
Wait, I want to go back to these eyes. Do they really do that?
There's no glasses in Europe.
No one wears glasses in Europe?
The only glasses, they're just sitting there drinking a drink.
I feel like you're fucking with me.
Well, if you're poor, it's a real sign of poverty over there if you have glasses.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They've cured it.
Dude, I'm going to Europe. I'm going to get my eyes spun.
Yeah.
I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you want to go to Chechnya. They do it the best.
Oh, good. Hey, have you done that? Have you done that Eastern European tour?
That's all
yet?
bullshit. Just in case somebody wasn't. Yeah.
Have you done your Eastern European tour yet?
Nope. That starts. I fly out there like January 3rd or something.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10 days. Thank God for FaceTime. I'm gonna miss my daughter. That's a big. I'm gonna miss my daughter like ridiculous on that. I'm not looking forward to that aspect of it. But I'm going over there stone sober, and I'm just fucking.
You're not drinking at all?
No.
Why?
Cause, dude, I'm going over there. It's a business trip. I'm going to all these places I've never been before, and you got one shot to make a first impression. So I'm going over there. I'm doing spots, and I'm going over
so
there.
Different.
And I'm gonna. Well, they expect it out of you.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't get. But you're not drinking before you go on stage. Like after the show, a few cocktails, go to bed, wake up, next day.
No, because we're doing like almost like 2 shows almost every night. It's like almost like 20 shows. I'm doing another fucking run like that. Except now, rather than being at the same place, I'm going every day. I got to go to an airport, jump on a puddle jumper, and go someplace else. I kind of wish we just got a fucking
tour bus,
a bus or something.
Wait, who are you taking your guys with you?
But I feel like you die on tour buses over there. Everybody always seems to die over there. On tour buses.
it's because the fucking streets are different. They're fucking mid-century streets.
Why.
Yeah.
You know why it is?
Why?
No one wears glasses.
Wait, what are you doing? Which cities are you doing?
That's a callback, people.
What cities are you doing? Callbacks are so underrated.
They became hacky for a while.
I have 3 callbacks in my last special. Callbacks are so. I'm so glad alt comedy showed up and made us take callbacks away because man, I use them all the time now.
That whole alt scene kind of died, huh?
Yeah. A little bit. I mean, I think
Is it still going?
The heads. No, I mean, yes. Now it's just woke.
Do you remember that whole fucking time where we were just like,
yeah,
ugh, you're a club comic?
You'd say.
I remember DeRosa he'd go on the road with me, and then he'd go do an alt room. He's like, oh, Bill, he goes, they could smell the road on me. They could smell it on him. All these hipsters would just be sitting. He's trying to make us laugh.
I remember saying fat chick at UCB, and they groaned.
Oh, it's the worst. No, what? You know, I know what the vibe was. I felt you had to act like you were in the Strokes. Remember that band?
Yeah. I think
they couldn't even name themselves that anymore. People have strokes every day. This is insensitive.
There were guys that had careers just because they had good jackets. They had like cool jackets and skinny jeans. Guys that
That's
good
not
hair,
true.
100%, and I'll name them.
No,
off
you
this.
won't.
Yes, I will.
Don't
off
do that
this.
to other comics.
Not on this, but there were guys that had careers that just because they had like a good look, they didn't have a great act.
Yeah, but that always happened because in the clubs there was those people.
Yeah, I guess there were guys with flame shirts,
people humping stools, taking their shirts off. I mean, come on, dude, you're fucking. You sold your soul a long time ago.
Yeah, I sold it,
dude. when you pack on the road, is it just all pants? You put a shirt on, no one can recognize you now.
Dude, people have said that to me at airport bars. I know you. Oh, I didn't recognize you with your shirt on.
Who are you? And you go,
a little bit of that. The best is when I did it for
They ask for a picture. They go, "Can you take your shirt off?"
Oh, they do that all the time. All the time.
Oh, I forgot that fucking half shirt I was going to bring you.
Oh, that was the basis of this podcast.
When we went to a family trip in 1981 or 82. I checked it out, dude. It's like a small, I think, or a medium. When I was I was still in junior high when I bought it. It was a Florida State, and you went to Florida State. It's a half shirt. I never wore it because I never felt I was in good enough shape to wear it. And I was also like super pasty and shit. I just never had the nerve to wear that with my Larry Bird shorts with my fucking white socks yanked up.
If you could go back in time.
Like all the cool kids wore those.
If you could go back in time to any sports themed shirt, jacket, pants, hat that you had in your life that was your all-time favorite, and go back into a time machine and grab that one thing and bring it back into the future.
I know exactly what it is, and I looked it up on eBay, and I can't find it. I can't find images of it or anywhere.
What is it?
It was this fucking Patriots jacket that I wanted, and I was in a big family, so my younger brother got one, and I fucking loved it. It was a red. It was the old Pat Patriot logo here. It was all red, and the sleeves were blue. It was almost like a varsity looking jacket, and it was sort of like a cloth, and then this like almost vinyl sleeves. It was like the 70s, but like I fucking loved that jacket, and and like I wanted that. Like that was the way a little boy wants a fire engine. You know, when you were a kid, I wanted that jacket so fucking bad, and you know, it just didn't work out.
And you can't find one now?
No, like they don't exist. Like I can't even find a picture of it.
It does exist. It's out there.
Because you know what are big are those starter jackets. That everybody loves those. But those were like, I was a little bit older when they came out. But when that jacket came out, that's when I was like super young, and like athletes were like gods to me. And I remember walking around my house when I was a little boy, right? And I was going like this. I had my shoulders up like this. My mother was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I was like, "I want to be a football player. I want to be a football player."
You walked around like this?
No, because I didn't know that they had
shoulder pads.
They had shoulder pads. I thought their shoulders were that fucking big. I just thought they were these big muscular guys. And of course, I mean that must have been adorable for her to see that. But
I had a dream one time.
Wait, what would you want?
Eagles vest. I had this Eagles vest that I wore all of 4th and 5th grade. It was
like the band, or
it was no,
team?
Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles.
You were an Eagles fan?
Yeah, because my whole family's from Philly.
So how psyched were you last year?
Dude, I went to the parade.
I was so pissed that I couldn't enjoy them finally winning it, because I love seeing cities that haven't won in forever win.
Yeah.
Like I'm loving the Browns. I'm loving the Chiefs.
Yes, yeah.
Like, and I'm loving the San Diego
Chargers.
Loving
San Diego. I'm loving San Diego's got 20,000 people at a game.
I'm not a fucking hater. I actually like the Giants, even as a Patriots fan. I like defensive-minded teams, and I've just really liked the way they've run their organization. I knew getting rid of Tom Coughlin was a fucking mistake.
Yeah. I've been enjoying watching the Rams.
Belichick. He just fucking owns him.
I've been loving the Rams winning.
Love that.
I love it, dude.
Love all of that shit.
When I was a
but I
Bucks
couldn't
fan,
enjoy because they beat the Eagles because they beat my team. You know what I mean? So there was still that. And plus, it was such a weird Super Bowl. It's a crime that anybody who played defense in that game got a fucking ring.
Yeah.
Because here's another record that Brady set that you never know with today's NFL. When's the next time a fucking quarterback is going to throw for over 500 yards in a Super Bowl and lose? I was on the Barstool Sports imitating him talking to Giselle. Like, how many fucking yards do I got to throw? How many times do I got to lead the team down for the fucking go-ahead score and the defense just comes out and fucks it? That guy should be fucking 8-0 in Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to say that Brady to Welker. I don't know who messed that one up.
Okay, right? So you have to move to one city based on their sports teams.
He should be 7-1.
And it can't be Boston.
Huh?
Actually,
I shouldn't say that because Atlanta, there's no way they should have lost that fucking game.
What city would you move to based on all the sporting events you could go to? Meaning, like, you want to be
I would live in Boston during this entire ridiculous run because I left when we sucked. And then I lived in New York during the curse of the babe. That was cool to be in New York City when the Red Sox won.
Yeah, I was with Gary Goldman. We were in Richmond, Virginia when the Red Sox won.
He probably almost cried.
Dude, he was standing up. You know, Gary, how standing up just, Bert, can you believe this is happening?
Yeah. You know what's funny about I did a tour with him. Yeah. He's like the fucking best guy, and he's such an amazing fucking comedian. Amazing. And the thing about him was he just I still don't think he realizes he's 6'6". And I was talking to him, and he told me that he hit his growth spurt late. And he used to get picked on. And I just couldn't believe it because he's like a fucking Adonis. And then I saw him. He was working on his jokes, as he always does. He just works his ass off. And he was sitting over in the corner, 6'6", sitting like Indian style. And he was just all crouched down. And I saw the little kid that got bullied. And I was just like, wow. Yeah. That's what I love about touring comics. You actually get to know him. I'm like, that's where he was for the longest time. And then he oh, jeez, I almost dropped the mic. He like shot up. But like, you know, there's critical times as your brain is getting formed and like you know the pecking order of your class, and you just get it burned into your head. I'm just the guy who gets picked on, and then he walks around. It's probably a better thing because you know the way he carries himself. Because he's one of those guys. That's the thing about him though. That I always got nervous because he always reminded me of Posey and Dirty Dozen. That big, nice guy, but he was so big, and that guy pushed him, and he got mad, and he punched him in the jaw and drove his jaw into his brain, and he ended up on death row. Dirty Dozen, great fucking movie.
Yeah.
So I always like equated like this guy's like he's like Posey doing stand up. Like God forbid anybody.
Oh, he can flip on stage.
That God forbid anybody ever step to that fucking guy.
I've seen Gary. We were in New Mexico in Albuquerque, and it was right after Last Comic Standing. And Gary Goldman goes, he goes, "I'm Jewish," and this guy in the back goes, "Matzo balls," and Gary goes, "The fuck did you just say?" And the guy goes, "Matzo balls." He goes, "The fuck did you just say?" And the guy goes, "Matzo balls."
I love it. He just I was ordering off the menu.
And Gary fucking lost it.
Dude,
lost it on this
you know,
guy.
so you know what I don't understand about racism?
What?
I don't understand why saying the food of somebody's culture is so fucking offensive.
I had that conversation
you fucking potato-eating Irish son of a bitch. They call like German people krauts, sauerkraut, French people frogs because they eat frog legs. It's just like, that's going to get you up off the couch? You potato-eating Jay. I love potatoes. They're fucking delicious.
I just talked to, we did Something's Burning with Red Grant and Donald Rollins. And one of the funniest things I've ever seen, not realizing what I witnessed, we were shooting a show for Comedy Central. We were in the desert. We were doing a photo shoot in the desert. It's like 110 degrees. We're under a fucking tent. It's dusty. All they have is bottled, like little bottles of water, but they're not even in the cooler. And craft services comes out with a tray on ice of watermelon. And they bring it out, and everyone's like, fucking watermelon. And Donnell Rollins and Red Grant refused to eat watermelon in front of white people. And they went, nah, cube it. We're not going to eat it off the rind in front of white people. And it was the funniest conversation we talked about it on Something's Burning, but fucking the two of them just sitting back going, no, they both made white women feed it to them.
You'd have to,
right?
But you'd have to feel like those white people were setting you up. You took me out to the desert. They're gonna make me eat this shit, and then they're gonna kill us.
And it's a reality show. So we were doing. So they were thinking, nah, someone's videotaping us eating watermelon.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
great move.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite Chappelle Show jokes.
What's that?
When he talks about how he likes chicken, but he won't eat it in front of white people. Because he feel this is like one of these punchlines. You know, do you have like punchlines in your relationship that you say to your wife?
Yeah,
you just love. Yeah, this is one. This one has lived. I think this was on Killing Him Softly.
Did everybody get it? That's gonna get it. All right, let's move along. That's a David Tell line. My wife says it to every fucking night.
Oh yeah, he goes. He said he wouldn't eat it in public in front of white people, and he goes, and I like chicken, but he goes, I just feel like white people be walking by going, look at him. He loves it.
Oh, look at him.
So, like, whenever we go out to eat,
yeah,
and if I say I love something, oh my God, yeah, these fucking things, these are delicious. I love it. And she just goes, look at him. He loves it.
Oh, look at him.
And it makes us laugh like we're going on 15 years on that fucking line.
How great is that there's a line that you have in your relationship? I want it to sound like a boot stuck in mud, only wetter.
Who's that?
Tell all our lines are based off of Skanks for the Memories. Skanks for the Memories came out.
That's a masterpiece.
And I put it in, and this is how I judged if I was going to be able to marry my wife, is if she laughed at it. And that
was your lock the door test.
And when he said, when he goes, oh, come on, Dave, who's next? Eskimos? Yeah, they're up next. Or as I call them, snow Mexicans. My wife fell out of her fucking seat in my car onto the ground laughing. And we quote that album more than anything. That album's brought me more joy.
David Tell is and always has been. He's the guy.
He's number one.
Yeah, he had one of my favorite lines. He had was, "There's a million ways to say I love you, but there's only one way to say wrong hole." Dude, I told that joke to my dad. He almost fell off our back porch.
Dude. I could do a podcast of just comics telling other comics' favorite jokes. Me and Brian Regan and Tom Papa were telling our favorite Robert Schimmel jokes. How many times have I told these jokes?
I got one for you.
What?
Was the time when he had a show, and right before he had a show, he had to take a shit, and there was this disgusting fucking bathroom, and he went there. You know, you hover over it.
Yeah.
And he took a shit, and it was one of those things where, you know, you take a shit, and then the toilet water, before your asshole can close, the toilet water shoots up into your ass.
Yeah.
And he goes, so now I go on stage, and he goes, and I'm not doing well because the crowd's listening to my jokes, and all I can think is what's laying eggs in my ass. And I butchered that, but it was just and how he got away with that shit was he didn't really look at the crowd. He looked like he was talking to himself, like he was trying to figure things out. You know, I brought up to Rogan the other day. You remember Dennis Wolfberg? One of the most underrated comics. Unfortunately he passed away right before he was going to hit. He worked totally clean, and he had this thing when he would deliver the punchline, he would like lean forward and say it. So he had this thing he was talking about guys who have it. He goes like, some guys have it with women. He goes, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I have the antidote, ladies and gentlemen. Then he would do this. He'd stick his tongue out a little bit after he did it. He was like a redheaded dude. I consider an older guy. Now I'm like older than he was when he passed away. But like he was former substitute teacher, and he just like dressed the part.
I don't know him.
Oh my God, dude, he was fucking brilliant,
dude.
Not a dirty word. And in the end, he was whatever he was sick from. He couldn't stand up, and it was really sad. He went on the road because he had kids. He was trying to make as much money as he could. And he would after every show, he'd call his kids. It was really before FaceTime too, which is fucking brutal. But he used to, towards the end, he just didn't have the strength to stand up. And his act was so good, like Hedberg level, where Hedberg could lay on the stage and just say his jokes. He would sit down murdering.
Yeah.
Murdering. He actually probably became a better comic, because
he was forced to sit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Kelly was always fucking an amazing comic.
I just had this conversation with Bobby Kelly.
He fucked up his knee,
dude,
and he couldn't rely on his charisma.
Yeah,
and then that's when his shit went from like this guy's one of the fine,
dude,
all the way up.
I worked with him on Mike Couch's cruise. We both did stand up together. He fucking destroyed,
murdered.
He has a joke about getting married, about his wedding, that had me fucking rolling.
Oh, dude, that fucking guy. It's so goddamn funny. I saw him one time, right? Hang on, I gotta really like this. Tell a story why I really like this fucking thing.
I'll tell you the joke that Brian Regan and Tom Papa told me from Robert Schimmel. He goes, Brian Regan's favorite Robert Schimmel joke was, I went to the circus with my daughter, and they had a bear riding on a bicycle. And we got out, and my daughter said, Dad, I wonder how they got that bear to ride a bicycle. He goes, very easy, honey. They nailed his feet to the pedals and beat the shit out of it. Wait, this one's even better. This one's even better. Tom Papa said his favorite Robert Schimmel joke was, he goes, fuck, why am I drawing a blank? He goes, Siegfried and Roy got attacked by their tigers. Someone said to me, how does that even happen? He goes, I'll tell you how it happens. You're a tiger, you're in India, you're with your brother, and some guys capture you, spray paint you white, put you in a cage, send you over to Vegas, and you work day in and day out with two gay guys on a stage, and then one night, one tiger looks at the other tiger and goes, this all ends tonight. This all ends tonight.
Remember Geraldo's bit on those two?
No.
He goes, that is one of the greatest love stories of all time. What are the odds that a gay lion tamer is going to meet another gay lion tamer? What are the odds? You're into lions too?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I love good jokes. I love Dave Attell's got one of my favorite jokes right now. What I want you to do is cut our audio so I'll tell him the joke and then bring it back up when he starts laughing. He goes, is it just me or does an owl look like an attorney for a parrot?
I don't know how he does it.
You know
what I love too is he'll run the joke by you. Does anybody do this? And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Dave, no one's
got that.
Nobody's at your level.
He said, I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and he's like, just very casually, he goes, maybe me and you and Cigar could go out and do a couple dates together. And I was like, hold on, I'm patching in Cigar right now. I want to hear him drop to the fucking ground. Dave's our hero.
Oh, yeah.
He's our hero.
Oh, yeah.
Cigar is like, I'll cancel whatever fucking tour I've got to go on tour with
Who
Attell.
the fuck? Some comedian said to me one time, he goes, if Dave Attell isn't your favorite comic, I don't want to talk to you.
Dude.
Ian Bagg said
Yeah.
that. It's just like, yeah.
I remember just his throwaway lines that he'd never use again.
How about him on bumping mics?
Dude.
When what's his face? Jeff Ross goes, I threw out my back doing blah, blah, blah. He goes, I threw out my back carrying the show.
Yeah. if you were as half into comedy as you are into cream cheese. Dude, one time when I first got into stand-up, I walked through the back. You had to go to the bathroom through that little, like you had to walk through the audience at the cellar to go to the bathroom. And I had a Hawaiian shirt on. And David Tell goes, oh, Hawaiian shirt. Only 2 types of people wear Hawaiian shirts, gay guys and party animals. Which one are you? And I was such an idiot. I went, party animal. He's got a dick. Why isn't he talking about it? Dude, David Tell is the greatest. Oh, the fucking greatest.
I'm going to butcher one of his jokes, but there was some Olympics, and right in the very beginning, somebody on a bobsled died, hit something and just fucking died. And I forget how he worded it, but he just goes, I think it's fitting that the Olympics started with a sacrifice. Somehow he went all the way back to like the Greek times where they would like, kill people. I'd never been able to word that right.
That girl, I was working with him.
That's how bad I am. I just bombed with a David Tell joke.
I was working with him in Miami, and that girl, I think her name's Bethany Hamilton. She got attacked by a tiger shark. She was a surfer, and she lost her arm.
Oh my God! And then kept surfing.
But she was on the news that morning, and she said, God does everything for a reason. And Attell went on to say, God does everything for a reason. Oh, was that your evil arm for stroking black cocks and shooting whiskey? Not this other arm. 2 for Passions of the Christ, please. He just jokes that he would throw away. I would be in my act forever.
That's a topical joke for him.
Yeah. He'll never put that anywhere. He has a joke.
How hard did that kill?
Dude, when he had that special where he shot it in different comedy clubs.
That's my favorite one.
Dude, that's a great.
He's in his element.
Oh.
And he's just having the greatest time.
I want the kind of woman who drinks whiskey and then goes out and yells the N-word at an eclipse. Yells the N-word at an eclipse.
How do you? I don't know how you do that. How do you come up with it?
I got none of that in my act. No. I got none of that.
And that's the one he'll call you up late night.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a joke like this? You just like, no, and I'm quitting comedy.
He called me. He texted me and he goes, "Can you talk?" And by the way, I've only talked to him on the phone maybe once, twice. And I was like, Stanhope's dead. That's the first thing I thought. Yep. I was wise to tell calling me. So I write back, yeah.
Stanhope is the Keith Richards of he's going to live.
Dude, his last special was fucking phenomenal. The one on
all
CISO?
Of his specials are amazing. He has one of my favorite jokes when he was talking about the environment. He goes, one of the greenest things you can do is kill yourself, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like today, I drove over an orange cone in my fucking car. And then the engine light came on, and I was looking underneath, and I was like, I was on the highway, and this fucking random orange cone, and like I couldn't swerve, I'd cause an accident. I went right over the fucking thing, and I hear it under the car. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting there, kick out,
Yeah.
And then the fucking engine light comes on, and I looked under. I didn't see any fluid or anything. I'm like, there's no way a fucking orange cone. I mean, maybe it could have knocked off. Do they still have that little thing on the for the oil pan? That little thing on the screw? I don't even know.
I've never been under a car bill.
Oh. I figured Florida, you grew up under one. No. Conceived. Cops are here. Let's keep fucking under the car. So anyways, it turned out it was an oxygen sensor that they put on the car for admissions or something like that. That's what the problem was. And I was thinking just all the raw materials that it took to fucking put that on the car so it goes cleaner is probably
worse.
And I always think of Doug Stanhope going, the greenest thing you can do is kill yourself.
Dude, I called him one night and I said,
look what we're doing with the atmosphere just with these fucking things.
I called him one night. I said, hey, Win, what are you doing? He goes, I'm thinking of goofs. I said, what? He goes, I'm just having a cocktail, cigarette, thinking of goofs. He goes, I'm trying to write a knock-knock joke. He goes, I figure I'm a really good comic. I could write a night. I mean, those guys that wrote them, I'm probably better than them. So I'm working on knock-knock jokes. I'm going to try to write a couple knock-knock jokes. And I had never looked at comedy that way in my whole time of doing it, going like, it's not just about writing material for your act. What if I could just flip things and just think of a funny thought for the day? Mm-hmm. And I literally
like one of those jokes that's on a calendar.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, I could write some of those. And it just changed. And then I was like, it was like almost like a weight off my shoulders going like, all I got to do is think of funny thoughts. That's it. All fucking day. Like, don't it doesn't need to be
but I can't
super
do
heavy.
that. Like whenever somebody tells me a street joke, I usually don't laugh because I'm just so fascinated with the construction, how perfect it is. First of all,
Norm Macdonald.
There's
Norm
no
Macdonald.
laugh for like the first minute. It's just all set up. Like you just sit there listening.
Yeah.
Two guys walk into a bar and you're just in. Okay, yeah, and then boom, 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 boom,
Norm
boom.
Macdonald.
I never see it coming, and I'm just like, I can't write a joke as good as that.
Yeah, you can. I'm being dead serious. I got obsessed with structure on this new hour I'm doing.
That's why I love Jackie the Joke Man, because I love listening to those street jokes.
Dude, Norm Macdonald's the best. He's the fucking best. He met a guy next to me.
There was a guy.
A new neighbor. You ever heard this one? He tells a new neighbor moved in next to me. He said, "Hey neighbor, what do you do for a living?" Guy says, "Well, Norm, I'm a professor of logic at the university." And he goes, "Oh, really? What's that?" And he goes, "Well, it's kind of hard for me to explain. It's just easier for me to show." He goes, "Norm, do you have a doghouse?" Norm goes, "I do." And he goes, "Okay, then logically, I can assume you have a dog." And he goes, "I do have a dog." He goes, "If you have a dog, then logically, you must have children. Do you have children, Norm?" He goes, I do have children." He goes, "Well, if you have children, then logically, I can assume you're married." He goes, "I am." He goes, "Well, then logically, I can assume that you are a straight white male." And he goes, "Oh." He goes, "That's what I do, Norm." And he goes, "Interesting." So then I go down to the bus stop. I see another neighbor. And he goes, "Hey, Norm, did you meet the new neighbor?" The guy goes, Norm goes, "I did." And he goes, "What does he do?" He goes, "He's a professor of logic at the university." The guy goes, "What is that?" And he goes, "Well, it's easier for me to explain than to show you." He goes, "Do you have a doghouse?" The guy goes, "No." And he goes, "Then you must be a homosexual." Oh. And so then I got obsessed. With going like, I want
He's
to write.
another guy, and he's still underrated. He still doesn't get what he deserves. I don't think.
Did you ever hear a story about George Burns?
Mm-mm.
He's a young comic, and he writes a script, and all of a sudden Hollywood comes calling.
Oh.
Now I've only heard him tell this on radio. I called in. I did 2 guys. I've done this where I called Mike Cowhead, my buddy. And I go, "My buddies are on air. I want to listen to them. I want to listen to do radio. I did it for you. I did it for Norm. I did it for Greg Giraldo."
Right.
And so he goes, "I'm a young comic and I write this script." And they go, "That's great. George Burns wants to make it." And Norm goes, "But isn't he kind of old and senile?" And they go, No. He's as sharp as ever, Norm. Fly out to L.A. He wants to take a big meeting with you." So he goes, "I fly out to L.A. I go to the Beverly Hills Country Club where all the legends of comedy are playing poker."
It's got to be a... Oh, God.
And he goes, "I go out," and they go, "Who are you?" And he said, "I wrote a script. George Burns wants to make it." And they go, "Oh, okay." And they roll their eyes. And Norm goes, "No, guys, I think you got it wrong." And they say he's as sharp as a tack, better than he's ever been. They go, "Okay." And then George Burns comes in, and George Burns says, "Gentlemen, this is Norm Macdonald. He is the next legend of comedy. Norm, why don't you pitch your script? I want the whole table to hear it." Now I'm pitching a script to the whole table. I'm pitching my idea. All the legends of comedy are there, and George Burns is laughing hysterically. And I'm thinking, this is it. This is my big break. And I look down, and George Burns is buttering his hand. He's just out of it. Dude, Norm is the fucking greatest.
He is, man.
Oh, fuck.
I suck at telling street jokes. That's the funny thing.
Really?
Yeah. I'll try to do one that Jackie did, right? I'll bomb on this. Because he actually broke down why he tells the joke like this. We were in Canada, and he was on somebody's fucking podcast, Gilbert Gottfried's, and he was just telling street jokes. And Gilbert Gottfried tells an incredible street joke. So they were just telling street jokes, and we were fucking dying laughing, like little kids listening to this. So he tells this joke. He goes, "All right." He goes, "There's a lion on the Serengeti." And he goes, it's during like the dry season, so he finds a puddle of water, so he's excited. And the lion bends over and drinks out of the water. His tail goes up in the air, and he's having this great cool drink of water. He goes, all of a sudden, this gorilla comes out of nowhere, comes up behind him and gives him the old Liberace, right? And he goes, and the gorilla takes off, and the lion's like, "Oh, fuck," right?
Gives him the old Liberace.
That's what he says. Then the lion takes off after him, and the gorilla's like running through the jungle. "Oh, fuck, oh, fuck." And he comes to a clearing, and he sees like a bunch of tents, people there, and there's nobody there. So the gorilla runs into the tent, puts on a hat, picks up the New York Times, and just sits there trying to be chill. The lion comes running by, and he sticks his head in, and he sees what he's seeing. He goes, "Did you see a gorilla come running by here?" And the gorilla goes, "Oh, you mean the one that just fucked that lion in the ass?" And the lion goes, It's already in the papers. So he breaks down. He goes, now the reason I told it like that, the reason why I said he gave him the old Liberace is because in the beginning, if I said he fucked him in the ass, that's in the punchline. And then also I said he picked up the New York Times so he could say it's already in the papers. Because if he said I picked up a newspaper, then he already would have said fucked him in the ass and already would have said paper. And he would have repeated it. And it just doesn't work in comedy like that. And dude, it was a fucking hour of this. Him and Gilbert Gottfried going, I've been trying to find the podcast. I'm sure I just suck at searching for shit. And it was just, they were just the greatest jokes.
Oh, dude.
And there was like, there's no fat on that joke.
Dude.
There's not a wasted word. And they did that for a fucking hour.
I would watch a podcast. I would pay money. I'd pay $10 a month to watch great comics break down street jokes, break down comedy. I didn't even think. It's so funny. That just cruised right past me beautifully. And none of the science of how that boat was built was it was all in the inside.
Same thing with me. And then he broke it down. I was just like, wow, like there's like so many rules that were abided by in that joke. It's fucking tremendous.
I could do that with your act. My favorite joke you have is
the dick jokes.
No,
the dick joke jokes.
I want to adopt two kids. I want to adopt the kid that works in the sweatshop and the warrior kid.
Oh, the boy soldier.
Yeah, boy soldier. That when I was on a treadmill in my man cave watching your special, and what killed me about it was when you leaned down to him. Hey, he scares me too. Look at his fucking eyes. I forget that joke, but man, when you lean down,
I love hearing comics actually like your jokes. That's a nice thing, you know.
Dude,
there's ashtray sticks.
There were guys telling your joke that you haven't put in your new special yet at the football game this week. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah,
I almost texted you. Guys behind me, dude, have you heard Burr's joke about this? And I started giggling. I'm with my cousins. And
you know what I've been bombing with? I've been open with that Michelle Obama bit, making fun of her arena tour.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude. I said, well, you know, when did first ladies start acting like they got elected? That's how it starts. And, you know, just like, how do you not do that joke now with how fucking overly sensitive everybody is? Because that's how I look at it now. It's just like, how do you not make fun of feminists? Because the last thing you want to do, the worst applause break you can get in comedy is that Oprah applause break. Like whenever you watch those daytime or old show, like when people would say obvious, people would stand up. I think it's time that parents go back to raising their kids. And they're it's just like where was who wouldn't fucking applaud that?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that on Twitter where people are just saying shit so they can and they make it literally about themselves.
Yeah.
Like I remember during that, whatever that fucking guy was going, Kavanaugh with the Senate, right? Not the Senate. The fucking, the
judicial
judges.
Hearings.
The fucking NFL of
Supreme
judges.
Court.
Supreme Court, yeah. So someone was saying, someone tweeted something, I lost male friends this week. And then everyone was consoling this person. It's like, this isn't your story.
Yeah.
This is that woman. And the thing was, I believed that woman just for the simple fact that she had been telling that story forever.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she sat on it, and then out of nowhere, one person comes ahead, and then you think like, all right, is this a plan? Is this the Democrats trying to, because it's a filthy fucking business. And I know there's a lot of people, and I am a lefty, but like there's a lot of lefties that they just can't. It's like you're a fan of a team, and you can't admit that somebody on your team's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a call goes your way, and you can't say like that was bullshit. Like last year when the Patriots played this fucking Steelers, that was a touchdown. The guy caught the ball and went into the fucking end zone, and then after further review, what you just saw did not happen. It's stupid, right?
Yeah.
But there's people out there politically that can't fucking do that. But what I love was this person was getting consoled by a certain segment that agreed with her, and it's just like nothing happened to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like me saying I watched 9/11 on television, and I was. And people are consoling me that I watched it. It's like, well, I thought it was about the people that were in there, that were innocent, and the firemen that went in there. I didn't know it was about you. At home on your fucking couch.
I tweeted
with your flat screen TV.
I tweeted
Postmating shit while you're listening to this woman talking about this shit that changed her fucking life, and then she didn't get justice out of it.
And now her life's being changed again.
Yeah, and now I have to fucking take time out to feel bad for you. You know, I remember when I watched the space shuttle blow up. I mean, I was just...
Where were you?
I was so triggered.
Where were you?
Huh?
I was eating nachos.
I missed it.
You didn't? We watched it blow up.
No, I didn't see that.
We were in Florida, though.
Some of it land on your house?
No, we were too far. Space shuttle's a big deal for us in Florida.
Well, that's why you were privileged. You wouldn't live near where they shoot off a big fucking plane. All the poor people, right? They live by the airport. Unless you're in Santa Monica. Those cunts are shutting down that fucking airport.
Are they really? Santa Monica Airport?
How many times did fucking Harrison Ford take off from there and not have a fucking problem?
And now Bill Burr
he probably has
off.
15,000 fucking hours in the air, right? One fucking time he takes off in like Snoopy's doghouse is basically he's flying. He was flying some World War I fucking plane or some shit. All original parts probably. No, that's not all original. But like he had a problem and he landed it like a fucking stud on a golf course, and all these fucking rich cunts are like, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
You think he hit somebody's house?
You're right.
He fucked up a foursome. That's the worst he did. They had to fucking maybe skip a hole. Can't believe I paid for 18. I only got to play fucking 17. You met Han Solo, you cunt. Shut down the fucking airport.
He played through.
No, what's his face? Harrison Ford is such a fucking badass.
Yeah.
If a Millennium Falcon existed, him and Tom Cruise would learn how to fly it.
Okay, then let's do this. Top 5 careers of actors you would love to have had, but you got to go back in time and have their entire career.
And not die?
No.
Can I say not die?
And not die. And not die.
Oh, not die. If I had to die,
yeah.
I'm blanking on his name. He's got this.
James Dean?
No, he has the sickest IMDb page ever. He's in The Godfather, The Godfather 2.
I know you're talking. And
Dog
Deer
Day
Hunter.
Afternoon,
Deer Hunter. He was married to Meryl Streep.
He was going to get married to Meryl Streep. What's his name?
John Cazale. God, he was fucking
John Cazale
amazing.
has the game over IMDb page of anybody.
Yeah.
I think all of them were nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. That's an interesting answer.
Every once in a while. I'm interesting. Listen, you give me a 2-hour cigar, eventually I'll fucking say something worth listening to.
How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this podcast?
We're going to smoke a fucking 2-hour cigar.
We're going to get cancer.
Let's do it once a month.
Once a month podcast?
Let's go over to Rogan's. We'll go to I sat in his fucking sauna.
You went in his sauna?
200 degrees.
Dude. Rogan's setup
200 degrees
is what I want in life.
Oh, yeah.
The way he's got it set up is fucking perfect.
You know what he should do? Some guy who goes through a brutal divorce should spend a week there. And he'd come out and just feel like, I'm going to meet another chick. You come out of there float in his isolation tank.
Got some stem cells put in.
Stem cells. You work out. Rogan fucking positive dude. Builds you back up. Teaches you how to do that spinning heel kick. You ever seen that fucking thing?
Fuck yeah.
Dude, you would have to learn how to speak again. If he ever caught you on the temple, like that part of your brain doesn't work anymore.
Rogan's a different person. I think I've always known, I mean, he's a friend of mine, but like I've always known him. But when we did Sober October and we challenged each other, I saw a different side of him. I was like, that guy
he's a champion.
I saw the Pat McAfee one time told me the difference between me and I told him I could kick. I told him that with a month's training, I could be a competitive field goal kicker. And he said, no. He's like, you have no idea. The difference is explosivity. And I went, what? And he goes, I have explosivity. That's why I was a professional kicker. You don't have, and you can never get explosivity.
Yeah. You said that to a professional kicker?
Yeah, I still stand by it.
After all these years of people saying, like, I could be a comedian.
Yeah, a month.
I was funny in fucking high school. Like, they think they could fucking do. You said that to a field goal kicker?
I said it to Pat McAfee. I'll say it again. Give me a month. I bet I could be a competitive field goal kicker. But that's what
not only do you now have to kick like a 50-yarder. Like, that's considered.
But hold on one second.
No. I'm not going to hold on a second.
No, I could. How often do those come out?
First of all,
50-yard
in the
field
deal
goals?
we signed to do this podcast, you were supposed to never say, hold on a second.
Okay.
No, and you got 60,000 people fucking sitting there watching you, and you got all the cunts fantasy football, all the people on Twitter, all of those people.
That's where I excel. I want the pressure. That's where I excel.
That's when it gets all quiet for you.
I want that.
You live for pressure.
I want that.
You're actually bored just sitting here, but you know,
dude, the extra points are nothing for me.
When your life is on the line, that's when you see the real. You're telling me you're that guy?
I want that.
I got to tell you something.
Every time I'm professional,
there is nothing about you that's unless you're deep undercover. If you're going fucking Donnie Brasco on me right now, I'm not fucking buying it.
Give me the half court shot for $1 million.
I got one for you.
Okay,
right? Let's have a bet.
All right,
and we'll have video footage of it.
Okay.
I will give you a month. I want you to kick a 38-yard field goal, and it has to be good. 38-yard, a pedestrian fucking kick that if you miss that thing, your job is in jeopardy in today's NFL.
Okay.
And I'm going to invite 60,000 podcast listeners. We're going to rent out the fucking L.A. Coliseum. No, I want a crowd there.
What we do.
I want a crowd.
Next time you do an arena.
I want them to act like it's a fucking away game. They're going to be booing you.
Next time you do an arena.
And I'm going to get you a jersey.
Next time you do an arena,
Kreischer's going to say 0.
We put up goalposts, and I go into the middle of the stands, right? That center walkway. 38 yards. We'll count it off. We'll get Pat McAfee there. I want it hiked. I want Johnny Hecker to catch it for me. Laces out. I'm in.
All right. How about I do this? How about I take you up in the helicopter?
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I'll land in the fucking Rose Bowl. You run out. I'll leave it on. You got 3 footballs. We'll take the tail number off. You kick that fucker. You jump back in, and we're fucking out of there.
I'm in. I love it.
Dude, you don't have that. You're in your 3rd trimester there, dude.
I get a month, right? You said a month?
You got a month.
Dude, I see what I...
Get Rogan. Rogan's going to put some money. Let's all put some fucking money on this.
Rogan's got money against me in a heartbeat.
Okay, and you have to wear the hat.
Yeah.
Because you have to disrespect. Because right now what you're doing is you are completely disrespecting kickers. You're disrespecting fucking almost high school kickers at this point. And nobody kicks a field goal in high school football.
Yeah.
You always go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I can do it. I like the challenge. I like the challenge. I'm
seeing a whole other side of you.
I can't tell more than anything.
If you're so fucking insecure that you just make these grand statements. You are 2 drinks in. Are you one of those people?
I love talking shit more than anything in my life.
I love that you're talking shit because something great comes out of it. Let's fucking do that.
Yeah. I love.
No, there's plenty of high school football, fields around here.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them. We fucking go down there. We gotta figure it out.
Okay.
All things comedy. Bertolino, we got to set that up.
I'm telling you, one of the things I think that's Florida in me.
Fuck, dude, I got to get out of here.
What time is it?
I got something at 2:30.
Okay. We'll put the toothpick in, finish it, and we'll leave.
Okay.
I love talking shit more than anything. It's one of my favorite things.
I love that I started smoking this at like about 12:10. No, what time did we get here? We got here at 11?
How long have we been going?
3 hours?
3 hours?
I don't think we started at 11. 2:40.
Jesus.
This has got to be a 2-parter.
Yeah, then we got 2 weeks covered in January.
I've never smoked a fucking 3-hour cigar.
That cigar is great. I'll get more of them. Should we have guests on our podcast?
Dude, I pushed what I had to 2:30 thinking, I was thinking like I'm going to have time for lunch.
I have dinner at 6 at Frank and Musso and Frank's.
Musso and Frank's, yeah.
And dinner at 6 there.
Well, you're going to make that.
I don't know. After these 2 drinks.
Oh.
So we're going to have guests on our podcast, or is it just me and you? Well, it's easier if it's just me and you.
Yeah. I hate booking guests because
I do too.
It becomes
it's the biggest mistake I ever made.
It becomes an issue.
It's the best thing about the Monday Morning Podcast.
I'm actually going to go fly after this. Stinking of a cigar.
Are you learning anything when you fly, or are you just flying to fly?
Yeah, we're going to go do some auto rotations.
That's landing without it on?
Yeah, you simulate a...
crash.
Oh, no. You don't simulate a crash. I do that when I solo. I simulate a crash. No, and then we're going to do these things called pirouettes, which is my favorite thing ever.
Like in this?
Like what? Can you please do it again? Yeah, that's pirouette. That was the most dainty thing. You got an athletic side to you. I think 39-yarder.
Explosivity.
No, I never done these before.
What is it?
Basically, you're in a hover, and then you're just flying steadily to one side or the other while doing a slow 360. And you have to maintain like control, and it just kind of gets all the functions of the pedals, the collective, the cyclic, everything. So as you want to be going this way. So what you have to do with like, it's just like a steering wheel. If I want to go this way, I go this way. Mm-hmm. But now because I'm spinning, it's like this, and then you got to pull it back, and then you're going backwards, and then I got to switch it over. Like, oh, this is the perfect chair to describe it. Look at that.
That was a beautiful pirouette.
Perfect pirouette. And then I failed.
We went to see the Christ Redeemer statue in Brazil in a helicopter, and the guy takes us up.
The Kreischer?
Christ the Redeemer.
They said the Kreischer something.
No, Christ Redeemer.
We go family down there
in a helicopter. We go up the mountain, right over all the favelas. Get up there. It's like I'm guessing it's maybe like 5,000 feet up in the sky. It's a huge mountain, and then that might be too high.
Yeah,
anyway,
5,000. Well, I mean, no.
And then we go up there, and then the guy goes out parallel to it over Brazil, and we are now and he just sat there still, like just sit there.
Yeah.
And I fucking panicked so goddamn hard, and he just sat there waiting to hear, okay, I'm ready to come in. And he just sat at, I'm saying 5,000 feet. It could have been 10,000 feet for all I fucking know. Right. It was so fucking high. And we just sat there not moving in a helicopter. And I was fucking losing. Weird. And he didn't speak English. I kept going, are we going in? Are we going? He said, oh, jiu-jitsu, or whatever he said. What's the scariest thing?
One of the Gracies.
What was the scariest thing that's ever happened in a helicopter?
To anybody? Or
to you?
Yeah, I don't want to answer that.
Why?
Huh?
Have you had scary moments?
Yeah. It's like anything. Drive down the highway, you have a scary moment.
Not often.
All right. I was soloing for one of the first times, and I was so nervous, I was gripping the throttle. And the throttle, there's a governor, and it'll adjust.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was flying when you take off, you're flying the pattern. It's just like a square like that. So you take off, and then it's crosswind, downwind, base, final. And I was flying the downwind, and I'm doing my downwind checks, and it needed more throttle. But I was so scared that I had like a death grip on it, and the low RPM horn came on, which is nauseating. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm having a fucking main road failure here. And now I have to do a 180 auto, which I was not good at.
But you're by yourself?
Yes. And I just, by lowering the collective, because that's what you do, you're like a lab rat, you just slam it down. But I kind of, by slamming it down, I let go, and I felt it move. I went, oh. Kept flying.
We were in a helicopter going out to this thing called the frying pan. It's in the middle of the ocean.
So by the way, now my instructor taught me, I was grabbing it like this. This is the throttle. Now he told me, he goes, slide your hand down. So this isn't, you just have it like this. You just hold it like this. That's still enough.
So okay,
to crank it down. But as you get more experience, you're not white knuckling.
Yeah.
So you're hanging onto it loose. So then you just feel it moving. It's very phallic what I just did.
They told me that
I just showed you how to
fly a helicopter. I can probably do it
and give a hand job.
Do you think I could get in a helicopter with no training and figure it out?
No.
Like hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Be honest. Do you think
I'm being honest? No.
Armageddon, helicopters
guy,
on.
He can kick field goals. He can fly helicopters. What the fuck? Who am I podcasting with here?
You don't think that I flew a plane with no training?
What, did they already take off?
Yeah.
And the guy just gave you the controls?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not flying.
I technically was flying.
That's like when your dad goes, hey, take the wheel.
Oh, they say if you go too fast in a helicopter, it stalls.
Is that what they say?
Is that right?
No.
That you go to a certain...
You get retreating blade stall.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want.
But you just makes this big, what do they call it? Differential and lift. That's all that ground school shit. I just know what not to do. It's easy. You just do what they say to do and don't do what they say not to do. And then you're fine. But the problem is there's other fucking idiots up there. That's the problem. I can't believe I'm not going to be able to finish this fucking thing.
You're pretty much done.
How long a ride is it over to Burbank?
You're in Burbank.
I mean, Burbank Airport, though. Right
fucking 5 minutes?
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I can finish.
You're going straight to the airport?
Yeah. Flying at 2:30.
Oh, wow. Do you have to rent it?
No, they give it to you for free.
No.
But aviation.
Do you have like the way I do Soul Cycle? Do you have to go in and go, ooh, I'll take it?
And Stacey Dash is going to be like, but I wanted that helicopter. Callback. We love the callbacks.
Could I get a helicopter off a ground with no training?
Yeah, just fucking pull the thing up.
And it just goes.
Yeah, and then you.
Guys, I'm getting us out of here. We're going to Camarillo. Let's go.
Yep, just like that. Just like that.
Do you have an exit strategy for an Armageddon of you and your family in a helicopter?
I'd have to have one near me.
You couldn't just.
Yeah, because it already takes an hour to get to Burbank from my fucking house. Forget about during Armageddon. We just murder 40 people and get by the tanks. If they've somehow left the keys in one, like everybody where I fly wouldn't have already taken all of them.
There's one left.
There's one left. Here's another thing, too. They always show in the movies, like the zombies are coming and you just run and you just jump in a plane. That's not how it works. Maybe a plane, but a helicopter, there's a whole startup procedure. I mean, I guess you could bypass it, and just fucking start it up and get it going.
Because you got to go check all the screws.
Well, you would. I don't think when the zombies are coming, you're going to do any pre-flight. What if this crashes? Well, it's better than getting eaten while still alive. You guys got your seatbelts on?
Oh, fuck. All right, we should wrap this up if you're going to get over there.
Okay. All right.
How do we end it?
Thank you for listening to the Bill
Bert
Podcast.
Cast.
God bless you.